Welcome to the 25K special, and today we are going to be combining the two most popular videos on the channel as a thank you for 25K, which means we are going to be rebuilding a 0 overall team for 10 years. And by the end of this, we are going to try to create a legit dynasty, and we're going to keep it as realistic as we can too. And to try to get the success we want, we're going to use one of the most broken teams in this game, the Atlanta Falcons. But I've legit never been so excited to do a rebuild before, so I'm gonna keep this intro short. If you enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like. And if we can get to 1,500 likes on this video, I have something really fun planned that is very similar to this, so if you enjoy this, you will definitely enjoy that. Take like 2 seconds to like the video, it really helps the channel out. I would very much appreciate it. Which, by the way, we easily hit the like goal on the last video, so thank you all for that. So maybe 1,500 is too low, but who cares? Just like the video if you enjoy it. And of course, if you want to be an OG of the channel while you still can be one before we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers, be sure to subscribe. Because if you like Madden rebuilds, you are definitely in the right place. That is literally all I do. Crazy stuff like this is what I like doing. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. And if you have any fun rebuild ideas, let me know down below, because if I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out if you care about that. If not, that's fine too. But just let me know if you have any idea for a rebuild you can think of. There's a good chance I will do it eventually. But without further ado, let's get into the rebuild. And is there anything we need to go over before we get into this? Let's start Younghoe Koo at QB. How about that? I mean, he's not exactly a 12 overall. I just left him. But I mean, he is a 12 overall. He's not a 0 overall. Is that cheating? Maybe. Is it gonna matter? Not at all. He's gonna throw 0 touchdowns, 60 interceptions probably, but it's fun. But enough yapping. Let's get into this simulation and we will see how the team is doing at the midseason point. And let me take a guess. We are gonna have obviously 0 points per game on offense, but my guess for points per game on defense by the midseason is 82. Is that a good guess? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's get there. But as I would hope, we are 0-7 at the midseason point. I would be concerned if we won a game with a 0 overall team. And let's see, was I right? Okay, well, I was almost right. Did I guess 82 or 84? I don't know. Either way, it was like 6 away, maybe 8 away. I don't know. 76 points per game allowed. You know, not great. We're basically 2 free wins for every team in our division. We're probably both of the Panthers wins. I guess they probably haven't played us twice yet, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. But I think the plan for this offseason, unless there are like really good players in free agency, I think the plan is going to be to go for super young players to try to build like a foundation for this team. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to go for like, 26-year-old, like pretty good players. I want to go for like 24 or like 23-year-old players that are a little worse, but will be cheaper and can develop to be as good as those other players, if that makes any sense. It might not. I literally just woke up. But let's get to the end of the season and we will see how this team can finish. But of course, at the end of the year, we finish 0-17. No surprises there. What is surprising is we actually scored on offense. We have 0.3 points per game now. So did we even get a touchdown? That might be a touchdown, or maybe 2 field goals. I don't know. So we got better in the second half of the year, maybe? Oh, it doesn't show Koo's passing stats? That's lame. Can I check that anywhere? Okay, I guess we didn't pass the ball this year, apparently. It doesn't even register them here? That's so weird. What? So hey, he threw 0 interceptions as our starting QB. He was perfect. 0 rushing yards too. Jake Verity with negative 310 yards. Let's go. This was definitely a season. That is for sure. See, but how did we allow sacks? Wouldn't those not register? Well, no, that's weird. Like, it can tell the quarterback is getting sacked, but it doesn't. I don't know. That's interesting. I figured out something weird about this game. Another thing. Tanner Owen led the team with 194 tackles. And we actually had 2 tackles for loss. Interesting. No sacks, no picks. So, elite first season. I don't know how a division rival didn't win MVP. Oh, well, I guess because we have, like Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and Derek Carr in our division. That explains that. And let's see, what was our worst loss on the season? I'm curious. I always check this when we do 0 overalls. Who beat us the worst? What is this sort? I tried to sort this. I guess it did it. But why does it put the Vikings with 105 points on top? This game is so weird, dude. Okay, the Vikings beat us the worst out of any team. 105-0, and the Cardinals only beat us 45-0, which you know, the Raiders were beating the Chargers that bad at halftime, or worse than this game. So I don't know what that says about the Chargers. That's all I'm going to say about that. And yeah, we did score 2 field goals somehow. But let's get into the offseason, and now the actual rebuild begins. I just like seeing the results of a 0 overall team because it makes me feel better about my favorite team, the Seahawks. It takes the pain away a little bit. But that's an interesting Super Bowl. The Bills beat the Rams 24-21. The Bills I see in the Super Bowl a lot, but the Rams, I mean, they've been pretty good in real life. Not Super Bowl good. I mean, maybe they signed like a Falcons player. Maybe they signed someone we cut. Oh, they signed Bijan. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. They also got Hunter Henry somehow. Maybe the Patriots cut him. I don't know. I mean, their offense isn't really the problem. I feel like their defense is the problem. So I don't know what signing Bijan would really do for them when they already have Kyren Williams, but hey, apparently Madden thinks it would do a lot. We have 8 upgrades for Tanner Owen. Did he win like best linebacker or something? He did get star dev. NFL tackles leader. That's something. I'm surprised players can even tackle with like 0 tackle, but I don't know. But that's all for the first season of this, and let's see if we can sign any free agents. I hope there are some good ones. I'll try to stay away from just signing like Falcons players, but if there are some good options, I definitely might. Ooh, this is not as bad as I thought it would be. There's some decent options here. Okay, let me look through and we'll see what we can do. But like I said, this is going to be a mostly light free agent class to start out. Except for one player. We're going to try to get Josh Allen, the pass rusher Josh Allen, who's very underrated, by the way. He's been amazing this year. But we are going to at least attempt to get him. Now, the problem is he's not interested at all, and the Giants are also interested. So, I mean, I think he would lean towards the Giants rather than a literal 0 overall team. But hey, you never know. I went very player friendly, so I'm trying my hardest, but we'll see what happens. We're also going to go for Wan'Dale Robinson. Apparently the Giants cut him for some reason, so we'll try to bring him in. Terrell Burgess, he has star dev in this game, so we'll try to bring him in. Matt Bergeron, this is the one Falcons player I'm going to try to re-sign. Colby Parkinson, I'm good actually. And then Trey Lance, just in case there isn't a good QB in this draft class. I haven't really looked at it yet. And then Kelvin Joseph, just because he's a young player. So let's see if we can sign any of these guys. It looks like they all sign except Trey Lance, and we get Josh Allen. I don't know why he would do that, but we'll take it. I won't complain. He is going to be expensive, which is the downside, but like he is our one expensive player so far. Other than that, this team is almost free, other than these guys we just signed. And then Trey Lance, do you want to sign now? No? How about now? No. Okay, well, we'll see if we get Trey Lance. If not, it's not the end of the world. I doubt he's our long-term option. But now we're looking a little better. Still only a 33 overall, but at least a little better. But let's get to the draft, and let's look for maybe our QB of this entire rebuild. We'll see if there are any good ones. But here in the draft, we might trade back here, obviously. We have the number 1 pick. We don't really need the number 1 pick necessarily. I just don't know how far I want to trade back, because there's one QB I want more than any of the others, and that is Lucas Lynn out of Wyoming. I mean, is this Josh Allen? Oh, he has poor speed. That's not great, but he's at least strong. He has elite strength, great throw power. He skipped the combine. Interesting. His throw on the run isn't very good. I actually think Madison Schroeder, which is a hell of a name, he looks pretty good too. I just didn't focus scout him, so I don't know what his awareness is, which is a pretty important stat, but he looks kind of crazy too. We might actually risk it and trade down like 2 spots, and if Lynn gets, picked, we might go for Schroeder. I don't know though. I don't know. That is kind of a risk, but we might need to, take risks to make this an actual decent roster. So let's see. Let's trade down with the Giants. We might be able to get a ton of value from them because they would be jumping a division rival here in the Commanders for the number 1 pick. So I don't want to take too much value, but let's see. Okay, well, this is maybe a lot of value, but this is a big trade for the Giants. They are trading up for a QB, obviously, which, you usually have to trade more for if a team knows you're trading up for a QB. And again, they're jumping a division rival in the Commanders. So we're getting a first, obviously they're first this year. We're trading down 2 spots, but they're first next year and a second this year. Watch them not even go with a QB. I mean, I want to see the background. Just one of the many glitches in this game. But watch them not even take a QB here. We took Daniel Jones and made him a 12 overall, so they should go with a QB, but let's see. Okay, I love this game. They go with a defensive end. Well, if this game had any logic, they would have taken a QB, and that would have been a QB trade-up, but guess not. And the the Commanders also go with a defensive end. All right, okay. Cool. Well, we have no QB controversy here. We're going to go with Lucas Lynn, first-round talent, out of Wyoming. I'm like 35% worried this guy's going to have normal dev. What are his traits? Okay, the only one I don't like is the gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure. Everything else looks good. Yeah, let's take him. Lucas Lynn, out of Wyoming. Okay, he does have hidden dev, thankfully. 93 throw power, 86 acceleration, 84 change of direction. Good strength for a QB2. Not fast at all, but I mean, we expected that. I'm a little convinced that the other QB I was looking at could be better, but Lynn will probably be like a 76 overall or something, so I'm cool with it. Mason Schroeder is still here. I mean, why are no teams taking QBs? There's still Owen Hilton. Like, he's a first to second round guy. He's not a top 5 guy where he was supposed to go, but still, teams just don't want QBs, apparently. Should I take another one and trade him away to a QB needy team? I don't know. But Dalvin Garrett looks kind of crazy. 38 bench reps, elite jumping, A power moves, B like everything else. He lacks discipline. What's his injury? A to C. He might have normal dev. There's also Javon Arsenault, which sounds like an LSU player name if I've ever heard one. He's from Georgia, but that sounds like an LSU player name. I don't know why, but he looks good too. A zone, B press. Don't know what his man is, but he looks good. I think we'll just go with the defensive tackle though. We'll probably move him to defensive end because he's not really a nose. He's 6'2", 297, but he looks good regardless. Speaking of good, there's Willie Good. Hopefully he's Willie Good. I'm so hilarious. You guys should subscribe right now. I wish we had his power move scouted, but I almost want to go with him for name value alone. That's kind of fire. Should I? I mean, I think Dalvin Garrett's a lot better, but I think Willie Good is a lot funnier. You know what? We have 2 second-round picks. Let's go with both of them. Willie Good we'll go with first. He's gonna have normal dev. I don't even think he's that good. He looks good, but nothing crazy. I like the name, so Willie Good out of Ohio State. Never mind, he has hidden dev. Literally all I need to do is say a player's gonna have normal dev and they won't. But 93 strength, 85 excel, we'll take it. He could actually be Willie Good. I should stop. I'm sorry. And hey, let's really beef up the trenches, you know what I mean? We should probably go with O-line now that I think about it, but Dalvin Garrett, y'all have seen him. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 90 strength, good, really good jumping. Way too good of jumping for a defensive tackle, but he looks pretty good too. Not as good, but pretty good. He's probably better. Let's be real. I'm just being stupid. And let's see, is that one corner still available? No. Unfortunate. So I don't think we're going with a corner. Our secondary is going to be so bad. There's Jabari Bush, who actually, the awareness and player act, not great. There's Bruce Williamson. He looks good. We'll go with him later, I think. But for the last pick I'm going to show, I'm thinking either receiver or O-line. Raheem Wimbley looks pretty good. He is already 23 though. None of the linemen that are left look great though. This is like the worst O-line depth I've ever seen in a draft class. I mean, it said it was weak, but it is weak. Brandon Jacobson actually looks okay. And maybe Jim Campbell, but he has F pass block finesse, so I don't know. So I guess we'll take a chance on Raheem Wimbley just because, you know, he's a playmaker receiver that actually has some okay receiving stats like B catching, C medium route, C release. Some are bad, like his deep route might be an F, but let's hope it's not an F. Lacks discipline though. What's his injury? Where is injury? A to C. He's gonna have normal dev. Playmaker receivers always do when I take him, but let's see. And yeah, he has normal dev, but I think he's a pretty good overall. I hope. But I'll make a couple more picks and I will see y'all for the draft recap. Hopefully we did well. Okay, well, I am disappointed by like everybody's overall here. I thought these guys were a lot better, especially Wimbley too. I thought he would be like a 75, not a 70. Was this just a terrible draft class or do I suck? Because I set, you know, strong draft classes or oh, okay, it was still a terrible class. I set it to be strong though. Interesting. Okay, it looks like Arsenault, I definitely should have taken him. He only has normal dev. Meh. Okay, yeah, this was just a terrible draft class. Interesting. But yeah, Lucas Lynn, our first pick, is a 75 overall. Thankfully, he has hidden dev. dev. Looks really well-rounded, not the fastest, but has a good arm, so I guess he's not well-rounded in that sense, but everything else looks, you know, just pretty good, and hopefully we can develop him at only 21 years old with the hidden dev. And then Willie Good isn't Willie Good. That's the last time I'm gonna say that, I promise. His power moves just kind of sucks. It's only a 71, but he's a good run defender, really good strength. And then Dalvin Garrett, he's a 74 overall. He looks pretty good. He has 83 power moves. So I think, how big is Good? I think Good was like 306. Yeah, 306. We'll move Garrett to defensive end. I still don't love Good as a nose tackle, so I don't think we're going to move him there, but Garrett, we will. He stays the same overall. And then Raheem Wimbley is only a 70. Oh, his ball carrier vision sucks. It's only a 73. Okay. He's almost a better regular receiver than a run after catch guy. I mean, it's close. I would move him to running back, but it'll probably go down in overall. Or no, he still goes up to a 72. I'm not going to do that, obviously. I was just curious. And then Brandon Jacobson, I did take him. He's only a 68. This draft class was just way worse than I thought it was. Jabari Bush is only a 67. I thought he would be like a 72. And I did make every pick in this draft, so, you know, I guess that's not really great. I don't know what that says about my drafting ability, but Jaden Vickers at least has a dev trait. Again, only 69 ball carrier vision. Nice. 64 carrying. 69 ball carrier vision is terrible for a regular receiver. That's supposed to be his whole game as a playmaker type. Bruh. But either way, even though this wasn't a very good draft class, these are still massive upgrades to the team. So I'll fill out the rest of the roster with some free agents, and we will see how the team's looking heading into year 2. Our first real year of the rebuild. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2 of the rebuild. Obviously not the best team in the world yet. We're only a 70 overall, but we got 70 overall better, so definitely a pretty good upgrade there. Now, like I said, I wish the draft was a little stronger, but we still got, you know, a decent amount of players from it. And the focus for this year is just going to be developing a lot of these younger guys, especially the rookies. And then this offseason, we're really going to look to add some good players, whether they're, you know, younger or not. Not like super old players, but just if there are good ones, we'll really look to sign them. But hopefully Josh Allen and, you know, the 2 defensive linemen we took can carry this defense. We'll see. But let's get to the midseason point, and hopefully we can have, you know, like 1 or 2 wins this year. We'll see. We're getting there. Okay, well, at the midseason point, we are 3-4. Okay, we are a 72 overall. I don't think we should be 3-4 yet, but the Falcons are just crazy in this game for some reason. And actually, I want to check. Okay, well, our QB only has star dev, unfortunately. He is already up to a 78, which is nice. He's only 21 years old, and I guess he could get a dev trait by the end of the year if he wins Rookie of the Year or something, which, you know, will be hard with this being his offense. I guess there's a chance. Vickers' dev trait isn't revealed yet, but Garrett has superstar dev. Now that's pretty huge. So at least we got 1 dev trait better than, you know, just star in the draft. We don't know what Goods is yet. Oh, he's literally 1 snap away. You know what? I'm gonna reveal it. It's not like we're not gonna start him if he only had star or something. Okay, it is only star. I guess that's what I get for looking. I figured it was, though. But yeah, we're doing well so far this year, and, you know, we probably will regress in the second half of the year, as we probably should. We'll probably only finish like 4-13 or 5-12 or something, but hey, it's a good start either way. But we have some re-signings to make here, and honestly, for now, I don't think I'm gonna bring anybody back here. Now, at the end of the year, if some of these guys have a good season, I definitely will, but for now, I mean, there isn't really anyone here that's great or anything. Rashad Penny, we probably could at the end of the year if he ends up being good, but he's already 28 as a running back. He only has 3.6 yards per carry. Meh. But yeah, we'll just figure that out all at the end of the year. But speaking of that, let's get to the end of the season and we will see how this team can finish. Knowing how broken the Falcons are in this game, we might even make the playoffs. I don't know. But yeah, in year number 2, we do regress a little bit in the second half of the year, but we still weren't bad at all for our record, or for our overall. We finished 6-11 with only a 74 overall team. Our offense wasn't great. We only had 17.6 points per game, but our defense wasn't terrible. Number 25 for points per game. And Lucas Lynn as a rookie was okay. 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 14 picks. I wish the touchdowns were a little higher and I wish the interceptions were a little lower, but he wasn't bad for a rookie on, again, a 74 overall team. Not Rookie of the Year good, but he was pretty good. Rashad Penny, 3.4 yards per carry. He did almost get 1,000 yards, but the yards per carry is what matters more. And Gary Brightwell with 11 touchdowns. That's interesting. Wan'Dale Robinson, though, 1,100 yards for him, only 3 touchdowns, but still, really good year from him. 700 yards for Jaden Vickers as a rookie. Even Raheem Wembley was okay. The blocking wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It still wasn't great, but I've seen much worse from higher overall O-lines. And we didn't get that many tackles on defense, which I guess is a good thing. Allen Dobbins, 94 tackles, led the team from corner. Did we have a big rotation for linebackers or something? I guess, maybe. That's interesting. And then Josh Allen led the team in tackles for loss with 16, 14 for Dalvin Garrett as a rookie, and sacks 11 for Kaylavon Chason. So we just kind of recreate the Jags edge group. I mean, 1 starter, 1 backup, but still 11 for Chason? I mean, if we re-sign him, he's going to be terrible. He's going to get like a sack and a half, but if he gets a dev trait, it still might be worth it. We'll see. But Josh Allen, 9.5, pretty good season. 7 from Garrett as a rookie, so he should be up there for defensive rookie of the year. Don't think this will be enough to win it, but he'll probably be like top 5, maybe top 3. And then interceptions, 2 for Kelvin Joseph, Marquise Madden, and KJ Carr, which are just some guys I signed out of free agency, and then 1 for Riley Whitlock and Allen Dobbins. Lots of big names there. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes, shocker. Offensive Player of the Year goes to the white boy, Cooper Kupp. I feel like I haven't said that in a while. He used to win Offensive Rookie of the Year literally every year in Madden 23, though. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald. And Offensive Rookie of the Year, we were close. That's disappointing. Matt Gardner, of course, a division rival, wins it. Looks like the Bucs' new QB. Lucas Lynn at number 2. Raheem Wembley at 3. Jaden Vickers at 4. So if Matt Gardner didn't exist, we would have top 3. That's tough. And Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Dalvin Garrett. Okay. Matt Fleming. Why does that sound so familiar? Was I going to take him? I don't know. But Marquise Madden at 5. Riley Whitlock at 6. Allen Dobbins at 7. Brandon Swift at 8. Willie Good at 9. So this was almost our entire defense because they were all rookies. Boy, who's the Giants player? Oh God, they got Sam Howell. Oh, what round did they get him in? Oh yeah, he was the number 1 overall pick. That's why. Okay, I was gonna say. So hey, I guess that was still a good trade up for them. You know, an X Factor, now Defensive Rookie of the Year. They didn't trade up for who I thought they were gonna, but still definitely worked out. Also, what is their scheme? They have 2 4-3 defensive ends as 3-4 defensive ends. Ooh, all right, sure, why not? But of course, that's the end of our season. But let's get into the off season and let's see if we hit any dev ups. But in the Super Bowl, we actually have a team I haven't seen in a while. The Lions beat the Chiefs 36-21. Maybe I have seen them. I feel like I saw them lose one kind of recently, but they win one here. And did they sign any of our former players? Is that what helped them get there? No. They did sign some free agents though, like Bobby Wagner, Amari Cooper. That's interesting. So they win a Super Bowl here. I don't think they're that kind of team in real life yet, but maybe. I guess you never know. I guess this is a couple years in the future. But for upgrades, we have a few for Dalvin Garrett. We have 3 for him. So he'll be up to an 81 overall. And unfortunately, though, it doesn't look like he did get a dev trait, or a dev increase at least. Still a superstar. I wish he went to X Factor, but at least he got XP. We'll take it. But let's see who we have to re-sign. Oh yeah, and let's see if we hit any dev ups at all. It looks like Charlie Warner got one of all players. I mean, I guess we'll take that, but it's not super exciting. He's probably 27. Yeah, 27. Okay. And on defense, we got a couple. Surprisingly, Chason didn't hit 1. How? 10 sacks for a normal dev player should be an automatic dev trait. That's really stupid that it's not. But tackles for loss is if they get like 15 or something, which also makes sense, but like why is 10 sacks not a dev trait? That's dumb. But Josh Allen gets superstar dev and Israel Mukuamu gets star dev. You know what? I'm gonna give Chason star dev. He deserves it. I'll give another player that got 10 sacks a dev trait too if they have normal. But yeah, that's just stupid. Oh, Aaron Donald breaks the sack record. All right, cool. Let's see. Jonathan Grenard, does he have a dev trait? Okay, he got one. Chason didn't. Tyus Bowser, did he get one or did he have? I guess he had star, but at least it's star, not normal. Jadeveon Clowney got 14.5 and he didn't get a dev trait. Okay, well, we'll do that. So there, now it's even though Clowney's old. That's as even as I can make it. But who are we gonna have to re-sign? Rashad Penny, I'm good. Most of these guys I'm good. I do want Chason back, 4 years, 16 mil, and he does re-sign. He's probably going to suck next year, but hopefully the dev trade will help him. Mukuamu, just because he got a dev trade, again, I'll resign him 3 years, 10 mil, and he does resign. Charlie Warner, he's 27. I guess we'll resign, like, Dobbins. Was he one of the ones that were up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year? And Whitlock? No, he doesn't accept it. All right. KJ Carr, he resigns, but yeah, that's about it. I mean, there isn't really much going on here. So let's get into free agency, and we'll see if there are some good players again. But it is definitely a pretty good free agent class, and we are going to go for a few of them. I mean, there's Tua here, Joel Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, Jamal Adams, Rasul Douglas. There are some players for sure. Even Khalil Mack, Jared Goff, which, you know, maybe we should go for Khalil Mack. Nah, I don't know. We won't. He's 34. But we are going to go for Joel Bitonio, Joe Mixon, David Njoku, Greg Newsome, Sam Cosmi, and Bobby Brown. We're basically recreating the Browns, kind of, with these 3 players. But we do at least have a tie for the lead of all these players. We have the best offer for all of them except for Greg Newsome. The Rams are also interested in him, so hopefully we can get all these guys. I mean, Newsome is almost the one I want the most, because he could be like a long-term option, but I don't know. If we can't get him, there should be other corner options available. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. And everyone signs except Joe Mixon. And we get Joel Bitonio, David Njoku, Greg Newsome, Sam Cosmi, and Bobby Brown. We get everybody. We will take that. Now, we still have to go for Joe Mixon. I don't know if he's gonna sign. Okay, apparently not. Let's sim a week and see if he signs, because, you know, we need a run game. Still hasn't signed. Let's see where some other free agents signed. Tua went to the Giants. So what did they do with Sam Howell? I don't know. They also signed Wyatt Teller. They also signed Rasul Douglas. Jamal Adams went back to the Jets. Tyrann Mathieu went back to the Chiefs. Dre Greenlaw stayed in division and went to the Rams. There's some interesting stuff here. D-Hop went back to the Cardinals. David Andrews went to the Giants. So the Giants signed everybody, and the rest of the signings were reunions. Jared Goff back to the Rams. Eddie Jackson went to the Giants. This is so weird. Shaq Thompson, I guess that's a re-signing, not a reunion, but what a weird free agency. Can't wait for the Giants to win the Super Bowl this year. But does Joe Mixon want to sign or not? Okay, he does finally sign, which he was good last year here. He is regressing a little bit in real life, but I mean, he kind of has been for a couple years, but here he's still pretty good in simulation, it seems like. So we're up to a 79 overall. We're not even a bad team anymore. We still have obviously a lot of things to fix, but we are looking pretty okay. So let's get to the draft and let's see if we can fill out, I would say the rest of this roster, but as much of the rest of the roster as we can. And now things are getting good. But here in the draft, the Panthers have the #1 pick, our division rival. Looking like the Bryce Young pick definitely hasn't worked out. Unfortunate. But also kinda unfortunately is, you know, I was expecting a little better of picks. We have number 6 and 17 from the Giants. Well, 17 is from the Giants. You know what I mean. Also in unfortunate news, both of the receivers I was looking at are gone. There is Javonte Posey. He looks good. Taj or Ty or Tay, whatever that name is, McLaughlin, he looks also pretty good. I wish I had these 2 focus scouted though, so I can see who's better. Because yeah, we definitely need a receiver. Is there anyone that looks worth taking here, or should we just trade down? Sterling Winter, which is a really cool name, he looks really good. Are there other good corner options we can go with later though? Maybe. Yeah, we'll wait. Oh yeah, whoa. We'll definitely wait on corner. Should I just go with one of the receivers here? I was also thinking about going with James Snell. I'm not going to take a safety top 10 though. Ooh, he looks kind of crazy though. Other than the pursuit, he's really fast. I don't know. Is a safety in the top 10 way too insane, or it might be. I wish I could do something weird like trading this pick down a tiny bit to trade up our 16th pick a little bit, or 17. Oh yeah, it's 17. Like, I wish I could do something weird like that so I can maybe get both the safety and the receiver, but it feels like we're gonna have to pick between the 2 of them. What happened to the Panthers? Is this really all the picks they're gonna have? Oh, that's rough. So yeah, nothing we can really do there. I really want that safety though, I'm not gonna lie. He's so interesting looking. But we don't really need safety anyways, so let's go with Javonte Posey. He's going to have normal dev, but I think he'll be a good overall. He has A catching, B medium route, B release, A short route, and he's a run after catch guy too. So the receiving shouldn't even be his strong suit, but he's still good at it. I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling about him for some reason. I have a better feeling about McLaughlin. On paper though, I don't know if he looks as good. He might, I don't know. He's better medium route and better speed, but that's it. Like everything else is worse. I don't know. Posey's a year younger. There's no way to predict for sure if one has a dev trait. Let's just go with Posey. Okay, hidden dev, thankfully. 6 might be a bit early for him. He's probably not technically worth the pick, but we're desperate for a receiver. And he looks like a good player regardless, so we'll take it. And now, is the safety gonna be there? There goes Sterling Winter. Nah, it looks like the safety's gone. That sucks. We don't really need safety anyways, and some of these other guys look pretty good. Montel, last name, I've never known how to say that last name. I'm not even gonna try. Carruthers, whatever. I guess I did try. He looks good though. Ooh, Jeremy Manning also looks pretty good. Not the best power, but this is a good looking tackle. Everything at the combine was at least good. Good speed, good strength, great agility, great acceleration, elite jumping, elite change of direction. Is he worth the 17th pick though? He might be. Keegan Lowry also looks pretty good. He isn't as strong though. Yeah, let's take a chance on Jeremy Manning. He looks solid. Should we? We already kind of have tackles. We'll play Bergeron and Cosme at tackle. I don't know how I feel about that actually. I'm having a tough time here. Should we just trade this pick away? There isn't really anyone here where I'm like, we need this player. It's just kind of like, I guess we can go with this guy. Yeah, let's trade back for like the first pick in the second round. All right, well, the trade calculator says this trade is fair. It doesn't, I don't know. I'm desperate to trade down. We'll do it. We're trading our pick and a 5th for number 33 and 39 from the Bears. And wow, everyone I wanted to go for is gone now. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. But, well, actually, that's not true. Antoine Samuel and Montel Carruthers are still here. I wish we had both of them more scouted, because from what I can see, Carruthers looks better, get a better combine, has good looking ratings, and he's a year younger. He's not projected to go until like the end of the second or early third, but why not? We'll take him. Ooh, Will Lowe is actually kind of interesting too. Great speed, great acceleration, elite agility. I don't know how that isn't elite speed. He's probably only gonna have like 94 speed or something stupid, but he's interesting. All right, yeah, let's just go with Carruthers out of Alabama. Sounds good. Hidden dev, 92 speed, 94 excel. We're doing pretty well with the draft so far, I feel like. And now let's go with the corner. Who looks better? Franklin Mason. He's only 21 years old. What's his injury and discipline? A injury, shows good discipline. And then Dwight Marion. Ooh. A injury, shows good discipline. He's a year older though. But Mason's projected to go around earlier. Maybe we can get both. Yeah, let's try to do that. Franklin Mason, 21 years old. He's 6'4", 202 out of West Virginia. 4.4 speed and then a 4.35 at his pro day. Somehow that's only good speed and not great. I love this game. Let's take him. And he has hidden dev. We'll take it. Oh wait, we have back-to-back pick. Okay, well let's go with back-to-back corners. Did we? I am confused. Where did the other guy go? What did I just do? Oh, he's down here. Wow, I'm having a rough one today. All right, let's go with Dwight Marion. Elite, acceleration, change direction, jumping, and agility, and speed, and then great agility. Yeah, sounds good. Another hidden dev, 95 speed. Okay, this team is gonna be looking good now. But I'll make probably a couple more picks, and I will see y'all for the draft recap. But here is how we did in the draft, and we did much better this year. Javonte Posey, our first pick, is a 77. Hidden dev, only 21 years old. He looks good, and I think he'll immediately be our #1 receiver, which is maybe a little depressing, but I think he's good. And then Montel, Carruthers is an 82 with hidden dev. He is insane. Is he, let me see, who's the best player in the class? Oh no, there were a few. Okay. This draft is so much stronger than last year's. Okay, well, Carruthers is at least tied for like the 3rd best player. The top 2 receivers I was looking at went #1 and #2, and they were both amazing. But yeah, we didn't really get a chance to take them. Justin Mims, 80 mills, 99 jumping, 95 speed, 84 overall. What's his dev trait? X Factor, of course. That's insane. But yeah, the safety we got is a very good player. And then both of the corners are a 79. Franklin Mason, he's really good looking. And then Dwight Marion, also a 79. Like I said, he's really good. And then even these two picks were solid. Jonathan Parham, a 74 overall. He's a weird receiver. He's 6'5", 224, but he's a slot guy. He's an interesting one for sure. He was a 78 at tight end, but we don't really need a tight end, and that's not super realistic, but I mean, it is an option in the future once we don't have David Njoku. And then Corey Cooks, the last pick I made, he's a 73. He was just the fastest linebacker I could find. It said he had like B zone. It's only a 65, whatever. So yeah, just a slightly better draft than last year, just by a little bit. But now let's get into year number 3. But here we are heading into year number 3, and we're up to an 80 overall offense, 81 defense. And through the draft, the offense didn't change too much. I mean, I guess it kind of did. We added 2 new starting receivers, but Posey and Parham, hopefully they do well as rookies. It would be nice to get offensive rookie of the year. But yeah, clearly the offense is looking a lot better. It's almost entirely overhauled from last year. And then the defense is also almost entirely overhauled. More so through the draft though, like with Marion, Mason, Cooks, insert last name here, whatever it is. And yeah, obviously because we have so many rookies starting and I guess a lot of second year guys too, this should be, you know, a very developable team. We should be even better by the end of the year. And yeah, there is a legit shot we can win offensive and defensive rookie of the year. We'll just have to see. But let's get to the midseason point again. And now this is where this should start getting good. Okay, well, I lied. We are 2-4. You know, I kind of had the feeling that would happen. Usually within the first like 3 or 4 years, there is one really disappointing year. And this is the one, apparently. That's just a good old classic Madden simulation moment. Also, we have the best pass D in the NFL and the 12th best run D, but we're allowing 24.1 points per game. Interesting. I wonder if those are like pick sixes or something. Does it count those? Like, you know, if our offense throws a pick six or a fumble recovery for a touchdown? I don't know. Lucas Lynn, I mean, nice. 6 interceptions, 9 picks, but not a very nice season. Ooh, okay. Matt Bergeron at left tackle might not be great. I mean, I've seen worse, but also we don't pass that much, so. Oh, and we're getting no pressure. How do we have a good pass D? We have like 6 total sacks, and we have 1 interception. What is this team? I'm so confused. Our offense almost looks better than our defense. But we once again have a few players to re-sign, and who is going to be here? Terrell Burgess. I mean, we kind of replaced him, to be fair. We signed or drafted Carruthers or whatever his name is, and then it's a decent amount of guys we just signed out of free agency. Is there anyone that was like on the team before that we would want to re-sign? Not really. So yeah, just more backups here. Nobody really super important. So let's again get to the end of the year and we will see what happens. But at the end of year number 3, we finished 7-10. We rebound a little bit. We finished what, 5-5? Or were we 2-4? Either 5-5 or 5-6. I don't know. Our offense still sucked, but our defense definitely got also a little worse, at least in terms of like yards, but oh well. But we're just getting started here. This still isn't a good team. I mean, it's okay, but it's only an 81. But we should be able to change that this offseason. I know I've said this offseason this offseason that, but the team overall should be, you know, good by the end of this offseason. But Lucas Lynn, 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. I mean, that's like a fine season. He hasn't been that good, though, honestly. I mean, it's only been 2 years, and he was better than he was last year, but still, I don't know. Joe Mixon, 1,300 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. He was definitely a good signing. And Javonte Posey was our leading receiver with 980 yards, 5 touchdowns. Wan'Dale Robinson, 800 yards, 700 for Njoku. Decent receiving numbers. And for blocking, Sam Cosmi kind of sucked. Matt Bergeron wasn't great, but I've seen much worse. Payne was meh, and then our guards were really good, actually. I guess we'll take that. And then Corey Cooks led the team with 109 tackles for loss, 17 for Garrett, and sacks, 8.5 for Josh Allen led the team, 7 for good, only 6.5 for Garrett, which I guess he had, 7 last year, so that's not much of a difference. But I saw this earlier. I looked at the defensive stats. Kaylavon Chason had 0 sacks, 0, in almost 1,000 snaps from 11 win last year? That is so stupid. That's one of my least favorite things about this game. Just how inconsistent players are. Which 11 is maybe unrealistic for him, but so is 0. I mean, if he started a full season, he would probably get like 4 or 5 or something. I don't know, man. And then interceptions, 2 for Greg Newsome, and then 1 for a few players. So, you know, despite technically having a better defense than offense, our defense looked like it was almost worse. We just didn't allow many yards, I guess, which is good, but I don't know. And MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, Tua on the Giants at number 5. That's something. And what team are we? We're the Falcons. Offensive player of the year goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp once again. Joe Mixon up there at number 10. We'll take that. Defensive player of the year goes to Micah Parsons. I don't see any Falcons. Shocker. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Brian Lincoln for the Lions. Javonte Posey at number 3. I was hoping we could win that, but unfortunately not. Parham at number 6. And defensive rookie of the year goes to Josh Donaldson for the Bears. I feel like they win defensive rookie of the year at least once in a rebuild with a guy that looks like a D lineman. I'm guessing he is. So that's something. And we have Corey Cooks at number 4. I wish he could have won that, but oh well. It doesn't really matter because for dev traits, we actually got a few. Corey Cooks has superstar dev, which we will definitely take. And our boy Montel over here has X Factor. He didn't really do that much this year. He had 70 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and half a sack. I mean, it's not great. 0 picks. Pretty good amount of pass deflections at least, but I don't know. I was hoping for more. And then for Mason, Marion, Posey, and Parham, they unfortunately all just have star dev. But of course, that's the end of our season again. We are still yet to make the playoffs. I guess it's only been 3 years, starting with a 0 overall, but I'm impatient, I guess. So let's get into the offseason. And now we should be, you know, a competitive overall. I just don't know how we were almost worse with an 80 to 81 overall team compared to a 74. I don't understand. But in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys take down the Steelers. Yeah, no thanks. 21 to 16. Steelers fans are a loud bunch, I realized today. Not all of them. If you're a Steelers fan, you know, you're goated because you're watching my videos, but that DeMonte Casey hit absolutely was dirty and like was penalty worthy. I'm not saying he intentionally led with the crown of his helmet, but that is 100% what he did. He kind of like tried to put his shoulder in after he already hit him, but I don't understand how people are arguing the other side. Like, he 100% put his face straight to the ground and like led clear with the top of his helmet. I don't know. There are people that are like, oh, it's not football anymore. Well, there won't be football anymore if they keep allowing stuff like that. There's a reason they penalize shit like that. It's because they want football to still exist in 10 years. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, let's get into the re-signing period. And do we even really want anyone here back? I mean, most players here didn't really get any playing time, and that's kind of for good reason because they're not very good. So yeah, I think we're gonna let everyone go. Didn't I start Sheldon Rankins? Did he get like any sacks at all? Oh no, I didn't start him. I didn't? Oh yeah, I guess he was listed as like the 3rd rush defensive tackle, so he didn't get any playing time, which is weird. Like, who does it put in as the nose tackle then if it only goes off of rush defensive tackle depth? Like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm not gonna pretend I know how that works. But in free agency, it's not a very strong class, it looks like. I mean, there are some decent players, but they're all very old. Trey Hendrickson would be kind of fun. I mean, he wouldn't really be a scheme fit. He's 6'4", 270. Oh yeah, I forgot. He's terrible in this game. All right, never mind. I definitely want a replacement to Chase on, but I don't really see anyone. I mean, we could go for like Zadarius Smith or something, but he's 33. He's not exactly a long-term option, and I would prefer a long-term option right now. Zach Tom's here. Is he good in this game? No. I think I remember that. How about old man Lane Johnson? He's probably good. He was pretty good these 2 years, not so much this last year. How about Mekhi Becton? I mean, he has superstar at least. Oh, no. Every tackle just plays terribly in this game, no matter how good of an overall they are. It's almost like if they're a higher overall, I say this all the time, but if they're a higher overall, the worse they play for like every position. I mean, there are some exceptions, but especially on the O-line and for like pass rushers, it seems like. Will Truman looks interesting. He's only 24. Must have been like an undrafted guy, but he's been in the league for 2 years. Yeah, he was undrafted. I mean, he looks decent. I don't know what we would do with him. I guess he's good depth. I want to do something in free agency. So Will Truman, do you want to sign? Cool. It looks like he does. But now let's get to the draft, and we are going to have some some decisions to make, we'll say that. Oh, and I forgot to check if we got any dev ups, and we did. Joe Mixon went up to Superstar, which, you know, he also regressed, so he might not be as good next year, but at least he got a dev trait now that he's 30, and it won't matter. David Njoku got Superstar dev, that's kind of cool, and I think that's it. None on defense from what I can tell? No, but let's get to the draft. But in the draft, we pick at number 9. The Browns have the number 1 pick, which makes sense. As y'all know, they definitely fall apart in this game. But there are a few different directions we could go here. There's one I'm leaning towards. It depends on if that player's still available. No. Okay, cool. There's Justin Noel. He looks okay. I don't know. There's Manny Harvey. He looks maybe better? I don't know. The D linemen aren't great. At least the speed rushers. Well, that's tough because that's like our main need right now. Christian Irwin looks okay. He'd probably only be like a 72 overall though. All right, I guess we're not picking a pass rusher. And there are literally no draftable centers. There never were. There weren't even like any obviously there weren't any first round guys that went. We're only at pick 9. And that's like maybe our biggest need on offense. So that's also fun. There are a lot of guards, but they're all power guys. Most of the time, like power blocking guys are at guard because that's like the main position they play. Is that the way I want to phrase that? I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like they're at guard for a reason. Nick Peck, I don't know. He's also 330. We could also go with another receiver. We're at the point where, you know, drafting, at least in the first round, doesn't do a whole ton for us. We just kind of need free agents. This guy kind of looks crazy though. I mean, I wish we knew his deep route running, but B short route, B medium route, A release, B catch in traffic, A awareness. That sounds good. Pretty good speed, elite strength and jumping. Heath Farley. Ooh, he also looks crazy. He might even be better. He's not as fast or strong and doesn't have quite as good a jumping, but I like his actual ratings more. He has better medium route, better release, I think. No, better catch in traffic. Beckham could have better regular catching, though. I don't know. I kind of like Farley. Let's go with Heath Farley out of Wisconsin. Sounds good. Hidden dev, 90 speed, 91 excel, but we'll have to see what his other ratings are. Only 21 years old, too. I think the other guy was 23, so I like that pick. Do we need receiver, especially in the draft? I mean, we need receiver, but I don't know. I guess it depends on the guys overall. All right, and now let's see if hold on. I want to see if that pass rusher is still available, or any of them, any of the speed rusher guys. No. Cool. We do kind of need another linebacker. I wish I could speak. Ooh, this guy looks kind of nice. Again, I wish we knew his coverage, but elite strength, agility and acceleration, good speed, great jumping, great change of direction, A awareness, play rack, B tackle, B block shed, B hit power. He looks nice. Justin Medlock also looks pretty damn good. The other guy's more athletic, but still. Linebacker isn't like a massive need for us or anything, but if we can find a good player, we might as well take a good player. We also do need safety still, arguably. Enrique Gibson looks pretty good. I don't know. I want to go with Dwayne Leach. I said that really weird. Dwayne Leach. He's 6 foot, 232, 21 years old, out of Texas. Show me that. Normal dev. No, he has hidden. Okay. 87 speed, 93 excel, 81 strength. I should have, been more worried about his pursuit because it's B to D. Pursuit is very important for linebackers in terms of their overall, but it doesn't matter. He has hidden dev anyways, and he's probably a decent overall. Probably like a 72 to a 74, I would guess. And now last pick, I do want to go with a guard here. Which one do I like though? There's Morgan Carmichael. He has elite strength, terrible finesse, but at least has elite strength. Nick Peck has great strength, but also terrible power. I love players like this. They make so much sense. At least he's a scheme fit though. Yeah, let's take him. Hidden dev, 91 strength, 83 excel. Sounds good. But I might make 1 or 2 more picks. We'll see. And I will see y'all for the draft recap. But we definitely didn't have as good of a draft this year, but it was still solid. Heath Farley is a 77 overall. He will definitely start for us, obviously. As you would hope for a top 10 pick. Out of curiosity, I'm always curious moving players to other positions. What would he be at tight end? Maybe an 80 something? Yeah, an 80. Okay. I mean, that's good. We're not going to do that, but it would be good, I guess. And then Dwayne Wayne Leach is better than I even expected. He's a 77. I always forget, the strong draft classes are better than the ones I usually use, so I'm not used to the higher overalls, but we'll take it. He looks good. And then Nick Peck is only a 71. I figured he wouldn't be great. I thought he would be a little better than this, though. He's just a really bad power blocker and not even that great of a finesse blocker, so he's just carried by having good strength, pretty much. And then my last two picks, I took Kyle Flynn. He has star dev. What would he be at defensive end? Or, well, I'm assuming it's star. It could be superstar, I guess, but it's probably star. He would go down at defensive end. Okay, we'll leave him at defensive tackle. And then John Hale, no dev trait for him, but he's a 71. He's whatever. I mean, that's good value for the 5th round, but still. I think the last draft class was just loaded, though, because this one doesn't look as crazy. I mean, it is good. The last one was insane, though. Also, the 49ers got an 81 overall QB. Maybe I should have looked at QB because our guy hasn't been great. I mean, I still want to have faith, but okay, cool. He has X Factor. Well, that would have been a good pick, but nothing I can do about that now. Oh, and I want to see, what was the overall of the guy I wanted to take with our first pick that got taken earlier? He was a speed rusher. It was Dwight Bibb. He's a 77, hidden dev. What's the dev trait? Okay, just star. So, that would have been a decent pick still, but I guess that makes it hurt a little worse, or no, a little less. Also, look at that run on receivers, damn. But anyways, let's get into year 4, and maybe we can finally have some decent success this year. We will see. But here's a look at the team heading into year 4, and we are up to an 81 overall now. Isn't that what we were last? Well, I guess we were an 80 heading into the year, weren't we? Yeah, I think we were. So we're slightly better, and this year we should develop even more throughout the year. Obviously, we had another pretty strong draft class. We're going to be starting a few more rookies here. I think 3 to be exact, with Peck, Farley, and Leach. And also, I just picked Drake Jackson up out of free agency. I have no idea how he does in this game. Oh, well, I guess he hardly played. So we'll see how he can do. Hopefully better than the 0 sacks that Chason had last year. And hopefully Lynn can have a good year this year. I mean, he hasn't really been amazing so far. He's been all right, but if he isn't great this year, it might be time to look for a better performing QB. Plus, I mean, Lynn will be worth a ton of trade value, so it wouldn't be the worst thing ever if we had to trade him. But let's get to the midseason point of year 4, and we will see if we can do better. I sure hope so. Okay, well, at the midseason point, we are 3-4. We are up to an 83 overall, which is nice. However, this team just isn't performing yet. What I'm hoping for is, actual good free agents available this year. We'll have to see what happens there, but yeah, I mean, the team is pretty decent now. We're up to an 83. It's obviously nothing crazy yet, but it's pretty good. Unfortunately, Leach only has star dev, but I guess we'll see what Farley's is too. He's close to having it revealed. Probably just star, because he's only gone up 1 overall. I guess he's almost gone up 2, but yeah, probably just star. Same with Peck. I guess that's better than normal, though, at least. But yeah, we need a good free agent class. That's what we need, because literally I'm having a hard time knowing what to draft just because we have enough younger players already. But once we can get some free agents on this team, we should be looking a lot better. Now, for re-signings, Matt Bergeron, I mean, I've seen a lot worse, but I've also seen better. Joel Bitonio I want back, assuming he doesn't just retire. So 2 years, 52 mil. Do you want that? And he does. Okay, cool. I guess we'll re-sign Koo. I'll re-sign him for the rest of the rebuild. 7 years, 45 mil. He re-signs. Ooh, and we're going to have the 5th year option for Lucas Lynn. That's going to be an interesting one. I mean, we might pull a whole tag in trade, I guess, except it's not a tag. It's, the 5th year option. We might do that. We will see. But hopefully we can do a little better in the second half of the year. But I feel like I've been saying that every year. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, in year number 5, year 4, we finish 8-9. So still, we have not had a winning record. And like I said, this is like the most broken team in Madden. But of course, when we use it, not so much. Especially the offense, man. Our offense has been terrible. We had the 28th scoring offense this year. You hate to see it. Lucas Lynn was better this year, I guess. I mean, less interceptions, 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, picks. Not a very good completion percentage, though. But other than that, he was fine. He was pretty good. Joe Mixon, 1,100 yards, 4.1 per carry, 5 touchdowns, almost 1,100 yards in 10 touchdowns for Javonte Posey. Farley is a rookie, only 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. David Njoku was pretty good. And Matt Bergeron was pretty terrible. 13 sacks, allowed, 7 for Nick Peck at center. Sam Cosme was really good though, which is interesting because I've had him before and he was awful at tackle. This last year he was really bad at tackle, so I don't know. And then on defense, 127 tackles for Cooks led the team. Tackles for loss, 15 for Good, 10 Cooks and Jackson. And then sacks, 11.5 for Josh Allen led the team, 6.5 for Willie Good, 3.5 for Drake Jackson. Not a great season, so we're definitely going to be looking for a pass rusher again. And then interceptions, 1 for 5 players. This is the team that wins the Super Bowl like 50% of the time in my rebuilds. It doesn't look like it. Well, I guess it isn't, but the playbooks are. Okay. Oh, I love this game. Sam Howell wins MVP for the Vikings. What are we doing here? What is this? God damn, bruh. No Falcons up here. Didn't expect it. Sam Howell's an MVP in this rebuild before we have a winning record. I'm gonna do some things that YouTube wouldn't like me saying. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. That's cool. No Falcons unless I'm blind. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Rashawn Gary. Trey Hendrickson goes back to the Saints. That's something. No Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to John Blackwell, the QB for the 49ers. That looked really good, of course. Trey Thomas at number 8. Who is Trey Thomas? Oh, I was gonna say, I didn't see Heath Farley. I was like, how did this guy get higher on the list than our receiver who had like 700 and something yards? But no, he was at number 4. I guess we'll take that. And Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Chris Watts for the Saints. Dwayne Leach at number 2. This game hates me. I hate it. The feeling is mutual, apparently. But let's get into the offseason, and we're gonna have some money to work with, of course. The question is, will there be any free agents? We will see. And in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys win however many it's been for them. They win against the Raiders 24-7. How many Super Bowls have the Cowboys won now? It feels like 4. I don't know how many, but maybe it's only 2. I don't know. Either way, it's too many. I feel like I'm losing my mind doing this. But for re-signings, is there going to be anyone important left? There's Lucas Lynn, the 5th year. That's 40 mil though. We'll pick it up just in case. There isn't really a reason not to necessarily. Like, we have the money. Worst case scenario, we can just trade him away if he sucks. So yeah, that's the plan. Also, who's this Kyrie Dawson guy? I don't remember. I guess I just signed him out of free agency. He has star dev though. I mean, I guess we can re-sign him because he has star. Sounds good. And everyone else, I'm good. Wan'Dale Robinson had like, what, 2 1,000-yard receiving seasons and somehow didn't get a dev trait. Or no, I guess he only had 1, but it was 1,100 yards. Also, he was on the Bears? I don't know. I guess the Giants cut him like immediately. But let's get into free agency and hopefully there's some players. Let's see. Okay. Yes, there are. Thankfully. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had Dak in a rebuild. I mean, maybe if we started with him, but I don't think I've ever signed him. Oh, this is gonna be hilarious when we sign him and he just plays terribly. That's gonna be awesome. Should we try to sign him? I mean, he's expensive. We're gonna be paying 2 QBs. I don't know if I want to do that actually. Yeah, I don't know. However, there is Tyreek Hill here. That should help our offense a little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna try to be good this season. We're gonna go for some players. But in free agency, we are finally going for some players. We finally get the opportunity to. And we're gonna go for some good ones now that we get the chance. Tyreek Hill, obviously being the major one, we have a lead for him. But also Christian Gonzalez, he would be our number 1 corner. Tyler Linderbaum, we still kind of need a center for sure. Our center didn't play very well. If we get Linderbaum, we'll move our center back to guard, probably. We're also going to go for Jahmyr Gibbs. You know, y'all know how I felt about that pick when the Lions made it. If you've been on the channel for a while, I hated that pick. Not because Gibbs is a bad player, though. I think he's a good player. But I hate when teams take running back round 1 unless they're like insane player in college like Bijan Robinson was. Because A, it's not that hard to find a running back in the NFL. That's like one of the easiest positions to find, maybe the easiest. You don't need to spend a goddamn first-round pick on it, especially a top 12 pick. And B, Gibbs wasn't like a generational prospect. He was a good one. I thought like early second was about the range for him. And C, that team definitely has other needs than, you know, running back. I mean, David Montgomery has been good for them. That pretty much proves all 3 of my points. But whatever. I don't want to make more people mad, I guess. So I'll stop talking about it. But we're also going for Joe Tooney. We'll play him at left tackle, I guess. I'm pretty sure he at least has tackle experience. I don't know about left tackle, but he plays left guard at least, so that's kind of like getting left tackle experience. I don't know. Just not at tackle, because he also has maybe right tackle experience. Maybe it's left. I don't know. We're also going for Harold Landry, which could be big. He's been pretty good. Not like anything crazy, but he's had like 6 to 12 sacks per season, so he'll probably get 2 for us, but hopefully not. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. Everybody signs except for Joe Thuney, and we get Tyreek Hill, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian Gonzalez, and Harold Landry. Tyler Linderbaum rejects us, unfortunately. He goes to the Rams. Same with Dak? Wait a minute. They have Jared Goff, don't they? I thought we were past that point in Madden where teams will sign multiple quarterbacks to big deals. Yep, okay, cool. Sure, why not? I mean, I guess Goff is on the last year of his deal. Why? What are we doing? Can another company please, like, you know, make a bid for the official NFL game? Please? I don't know. Anyways, let's look for another lineman in free agency. I don't even know if we're going to get Joe Thuney. He might just go back to the Patriots. Is there another center? They're all older. We might just rock with our guy again and hope that he plays better. But Joe Thuney, do you want to sign? Probably he probably goes to the Patriots. Yeah, he did. Okay, well, I can't complain too much. At least we got most of the guys we wanted. Definitely didn't get some of them, but we got most of them at least. But this year in the draft, we will have a couple things to draft. And after that, this team should be looking really good. But here in the draft, we could do something insane and trade our QB away. There are some decent QBs at the top of the board. Ooh, okay, that's not what I expected. Richard Weaver actually looked pretty decent. Day 3 guy, though. Yeah, I guess I see it, but I would guess, like, you know, at least second to third. I see why he's not a first, but that's kind of surprising. But there are 2 top 5 QBs. There is Quincy Ingram out of Fresno State, and then Elijah Tiller out of Hawaii. Not exactly the greatest schools in the world, but they are definitely 2 football programs for sure. I don't know. Ingram looks a little better. It's hard to say, though. I mean, they're both at least top 5 talents, so it's hard to go wrong unless they have, you know, normal dev or something. But Tiller's 1 year younger, so we might trade up here. Would a top 5 pick be too much for our QB, though? I guess it depends on these teams' quarterback situation. What are the Cardinals working with? Okay, so they have Kyler. It wouldn't really make sense to, you know, trade them a QB. How about the Saints? They don't have a QB. Okay, now here's the thing. Almost guaranteed if we trade them our QB, he's gonna win MVP for them. Oh yeah, I don't know if we can do that. That's an interdivision trade. That's tough. Well, let's see if the QBs go. So the Cardinals, I don't expect them to take one. The Saints almost guaranteed will. Never mind. Why would they do that? Unless they're planning on trading Kyler, why would they do that? And watch, the Saints probably won't take one. Oh my god. They go with a linebacker at number 2 when they have a 70 overall QB with a top 5 talent quarterback on the board. This game is so terrible. It is. I cannot put into words how terrible this game is. Oh my god. And watch the Lions take the the quarterback. They definitely will. They have an 85 overall superstar QB. Watch this shit. Okay, no, they don't, thankfully. Deshaun Bacon. I'm gonna assume a pass rusher. All right, well, do the Broncos need a QB? Because we could trade up here. No. They have an interesting quarterback room, too. But will they go with the QB? Okay, I thought that did say QB. No, Carl Jones, a cornerback. How about the Dolphins? They lost Tua. Do they need a QB? Okay, yeah, maybe. How does Schroeder play? I mean, this is one of the guys we were thinking about taking. Plays about like our guy does, but ours is a better overall. You know what? Just because I want to make a trade, let's do it. Lucas Lynn, playing on the 5th year option. You're going to the Dolphins, buddy. Have fun winning MVP, probably. Just kidding, the Dolphins can afford him. Okay, never mind. So are they going to take the QB? No. Commanders. They might need a QB. Does Matt Green play well? He didn't play. Okay, can they afford our guy? It looks like they can. So Lucas Lynn, you've been okay, but we don't want okay, we want greatness. So you are going to the Commanders. We're taking their 1st round pick, and let's go with the rookie, Elijah Tiller. Elite throw power, good enough speed, great strength, awareness, short accuracy, medium accuracy, play action. The throw on the run isn't great, but we at least know he's a top 5 talent, so show me normal dev. Okay, good. Thankfully hidden. 96 throw power, 83 speed, good running ability it looks like. I like that pick. He looks good. But we, of course, still have a first round pick, so what are we thinking here? I do want to look at a tackle. God, I really don't like pass blocker type tackles. They always suck. I mean, he has terrible strength. The rest of his ratings look okay. He's a terrible run blocker too, though. I'm good. Theo Wilbur, are you good? No. Probably not. He looks better, but I don't know. How about Will Cooper? Better strength, elite jumping and agility for whatever that's worth. He actually looks pretty good. He would play left tackle. No, I guess he wouldn't. Or yeah, he would. We didn't get Joe Tooney, so he would play left tackle. He looks good enough. I don't think he's great, but I think he'll be like a 73, which is fine. It's not the best value, but it's what we can do. So let's go with Will Cooper out of North Carolina. Hidden dev, good enough strength, good jumping, good excel, we'll take it. I really miss the thing where it would show player overalls, though. I do. But let's go with a defensive tackle, maybe? Byron Kilroy looks pretty good. A play rec, B awareness, 41 bench reps, elite strength. Yeah, sure, why not? Probably normal? No, he has hidden. Okay, we've been getting a lot of hidden devs. I guess that's just the thing with the stronger draft classes. 95 strength, 69 speed. Nice. But I might make like 1 or 2 more picks, and I will see y'all for the draft recap. Hopefully we did well. But in the draft, we did well, at least with our first pick. Now, the other 2 weren't quite as good. Kilroy was pretty good, but Elijah Tiller is an 80 overall. Only 21 years old, 96 throw power like we saw, 90 short accuracy, 85 medium, 83 awareness as a rookie. Already almost as good as our old QB, and he has the chance to have a better dev trait. I mean, we'll have to see what it is. And he's like 3 years younger. I like that pick a lot, and I have no idea why the Saints didn't take him. I don't know what they were doing. But Will Cooper is only a 72. I mean, like I said, he'll play left tackle kind of reluctantly. He might not be good his rookie year, but we'll see. I don't feel great about that. And then Byron Kilroy, 74 overall, hidden dev. He looks good. Good value, I would assume. And the last pick I took was Carl Chambers. He's not great, but I mean, he's about as good as the center we had, so could start if I feel like it. And then the CPU took a couple good players. Larry Rose, 73 overall guard, or 75, I know numbers. Bad power, but other than that, he looks pretty good. I wonder what he would be at center. Maybe he would be better than whoever we've had there. He would be a 73. And then the running back, Nick Sharp, the CPU took, is a 76. So he looks pretty good. Should be a good number 2, or I guess number 3. But yeah, definitely a couple misses, but overall, this was a pretty good draft. So let's get into year 5, and we will see what the team is looking like now, with a new QB in here. This is Joel Bitonio. He looks a little different. I don't really remember him looking like that. That's, yeah. Joel Bitonio, our boy Joel had a little bit of a glow up, it looks like. I don't know. But here's the team heading in to year number 5, and God, I hate having to rearrange the O-line depth every year. I guess we'll just start Peck at right guard, Nick Peck. I mean, he was terrible at center, but maybe that's because he wasn't a center. We just put him there. I don't know. We'll try that, but we're looking a lot better this year. We're up to an 85 overall, and we should theoretically be able to compete this year. We'll see. You know, having a good roster and actually performing are 2 different things in this game, unfortunately, but you know, it's not like we're the best roster in the league. We're just a good one. We have an 85 offense and an 87 defense. Our defense is very nice. I keep forgetting that we, you know, kind of need a safety. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. I just do. Israel Mukawamu's been awful too. So yeah, this offseason, we definitely should target safety. I just keep forgetting for some reason. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. He's still a decent overall. We could even put one of the corners there if we wanted to, I guess. You know what? We might do that. Let me see. Who's a decent overall at safe? Newsome goes to an 81, it looks like. Mason goes to an 82. Marion goes to an 81. What are their overalls at corner? I guess Marion's probably the best option, right? Yeah, let's move him to free safety. He'll be our starter there. But I'll rearrange the depth chart, and with that, let's get to the midseason point. Okay, thank the Lord. We finally have a winning record. We are 4-3 3 at the midseason and number 1 in the division, thankfully. Now, will we finish with the winning record is the big question. We have the best defense in the league in terms of points per game. However, if you check the rankings, our offense is number 14 and our defense is number 16. All right, sure, whatever. I don't understand what the rankings go off of. I don't know. Maybe it just averages out all the standings for pass touchdowns, rush touchdowns, giveaways. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I have no idea though. But let's see if any dev traits got revealed. Hopefully our QB has better than star, but it's likely just star. We'll see. And yeah, he just has star. I expected that. I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could have been normal, but still not great. Oh well though. Cooper only has star. Rose only has star. Who else has star? Kilroy's dev trait isn't revealed yet. So yeah, whole lot of star picks here, unfortunately. But we have some players ready to negotiate, some re-signings to make. Dalvin Garrett, he hasn't really developed as much as I thought he would. He honestly hasn't been as good lately. His first 2 years, he was definitely much better. These last 2, not great. He's been okay. We'll re-sign him though. He's not too expensive. How about 4 years, 66 mil, and he re-signs. Willie Good hasn't been Willie Good. I mean, he's been okay. He's been about as good as the other guy. He's not interested though. If he was interested, then sure, but I don't want to have to overpay him when we can just find someone else. Mukuamu's a backup now. Most of these guys are just backups. Harold Landry, how's he doing so far? He's 31, so he should regress and be cheaper at the end of the year, but how's he playing? Not great. Only 2.5 sacks so far, probably on pace for 6 or something, so I just want to get better at these positions. These guys are okay. I want to get better. I want this team to be great. Sam Cosme's done really well. I know as soon as we re-sign him, he's going to play terribly, but he's been good. We'll go player friendly, 3 years, 36 mil, and he re-signs. Can't wait for him to finish with 13 sacks allowed this year. I'm such a positive person. But everyone else, we have a 5th year for Posey. I don't know if he's worth paying 22 mil. We probably won't pick that up, but let's get to the end of the year and hopefully we don't choke too bad. But my guess is we'll finish somewhere around 7 and 10 or 8 and 9. We'll see. But here we are at the end of year number 5, and if you've seen one of my videos before, y'all know why we're here. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like and be sure to subscribe. You know, if you've made it this far, clearly you're enjoying the video at least a little bit, so I'd very much appreciate it. And you know, if I hear a lot of people, sleep to my videos, so if you ever need something to sleep to, it's definitely an option. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe that means I'm boring. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're long, but yeah, if you need something to sleep to, these are always here. But also, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below, because as y'all know, I'm always down to do whatever y'all want to see, and if I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out, if I use your suggestion, if you care about that. But this is how the team's looking. Unfortunately, like I expected, no dev traits, or no superstar devs. But in year number 5, it's going to be hard for me to remember what year we're in. But in year 5, we finish 10 and 7, and we make the playoffs for the first time. Now, the Giants are crazy. They're an 89 overall. What happened? What got into them? I mean, I know they have Tua, which is cool. I don't know. They just really developed. They also got Wyatt Teller. They got a really good-looking guard. Up to an 89 overall at only 23 years old. He must have been a generational type guy. He must have started at an 82 or something. Oh yeah, they drafted Matt Fleming. They signed Drake London. It looks like they've just been crushing the drafts too. So I don't think we're going to win a playoff game still, but we can sure try. Let's check out our season stats though. Elijah Tiller as a rookie was pretty good. 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 picks. Again, kind of like our last QB, nothing crazy, but this year was arguably better than any of his seasons, and he's only a rookie here. So I'm happy with that. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1,200 yards, 4.2 per carry, 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon with almost 500 yards and 16 touchdowns as the number 2 back. And Tyreek Hill, only 995 yards, 7 touchdowns. I almost said as a rookie. I just meant his first year here. 800 yards for Posey, 700 for Njoku. Sacks allowed, yeah, Sam Cosme got much worse in the second half of the year, but he still wasn't that bad. I mean, that's not great. Batonio wasn't very good. Will Cooper as a rookie was solid. Rose wasn't great, and Peck was good. And then on defense, Dwayne Leach led the team in tackles with 113. Tackles for loss, 23 for Josh Allen, 17 for Good, 14 for Landry, 12 for Garrett. And sacks, 11 for Josh Allen, 7.5 for Dalvin Garrett. He was good again this year. Good with 3 sacks and 3 for Cooks. Only 2.5 for Landry. He didn't get another one in the rest of the entire season. That's fun. I love this game. And then interceptions 5 for Dwayne Leach. He had a really good year. He should be up there for defensive player of the year. I'm not saying he'll win it, but he'll probably be top 10. Franklin Mason with 2 picks, and then we had 4 players get 1. So those aren't that impressive of stats. I'm kind of surprised we did as well as we did. How is this team the team that always dominates, though? Because, I mean, they don't have ridiculous players. They have good players. But, like, what about the Falcons does so well in regular simulation? Because we're not doing that well here. Our defense was really good. Our offense was below average, especially our pass game. I don't know. But MVP goes to, I was going to say, Patrick Mahomes. No Falcons. Offensive player of the year, finally something different. It goes to Jaden Reed. No Falcons. Defensive player of the year goes to Micah Parsons. Josh Allen at number 3. Dwayne Leach at number 9. And we don't get offensive rookie of the year. It goes to Quincy Ingram. That sucks. But before we get into this game here, we have a one last hurrah scenario. Who is that going to be? I hope it's not Tyreek, but it could be. It could be Joel Bitonio, which would also suck, but I would be more okay with that. And then there isn't really anyone old on our defense. We've drafted most of these players. My guess is Joel Bitonio. Hopefully it is Joel Bitonio. And most of the time they don't even retire anyways unless you click on the final thing, which I'm not going to. But yeah, it is Joel Bitonio. This will give us some juicy morale. We'll take that. Plus 10. Sounds good. And we have a first of many. This is really our first playoff game, huh? But we will go play it cool. Y'all know me. It's taken us way too long to make the playoffs. This might be the longest it's ever taken me to make them with an actual pretty good team. Just out of curiosity, where does an 87 rank in the NFL? Oh, an 87 isn't that high. There are a lot of 87s right now. Okay, we're about mid. Well, maybe a little above mid. The Browns are only an 82. Yeah, we're like top 12-ish, maybe top 10. I don't know. So yeah, 10 and 7 is about fair. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Giants and we will see what happens. Oh, and we win. Okay. We win 20-14 against a better team. I mean, we'll take it. I don't think we're going to win this one, though. I mean, we might. The Cardinals suck in this game, usually. You know, I guess the Falcons are normally really good in this game, and we're not here, but still. But we have a recap for the one last hurrah. This should be more morale, so we'll take it. Yeah, plus 10 more morale. And then for the first of many, give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. And now for the battle of the red, black, and white bird teams. Let's see who wins. We beat them 36-35. Okay, and they actually have, what was he, the rookie of the year this year? Quincy Ingram. They also still have Kyler. I don't know what they're doing there, but yeah, he was pretty good. Definitely really good for a rookie. I was expecting some kind of like insane season, but that was good. But we have another recap for the one last hurrah. Oh god, I'm gonna forget what season we're in. We're in year 5 right now, right? This is taking me way longer than I thought it would, but that should give us plus 10 more morale. We'll take it. And then playoff blizzard. We are gonna play in a blizzard here against the Eagles, another bird team. So minus acceleration, change of direction, all that stuff, all the movement ability. And we have some upgrades before we get in here. Franklin Mason and Dwight Marion, both of the corners we took that year, however many years ago that was. But we technically have a better team than the Eagles. We're both an 87 overall, but we have an 89 defense to their 87, so can't wait to lose this game. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, we lose 14-10. They had the home game. That's fair. I'm fine with it. We're not like a top level team yet. Really close though. But let's get into the offseason and again, hopefully there's a really good free agent class. If not, we might work on a trade here. We'll see. But in the Super Bowl, the Eagles beat us just to get kind of smoked by the Bills 38-22. That's a weird score. I wonder if that's scoregami or whatever. Could be. But now for re-signings, I can't remember who we have. Okay, we have the 5th year for Javonte Posey. I'm good. We have Willie Good. Was he Willie Good this year? He was all right. I mean, he got a good amount of tackles for loss, but the sacks weren't amazing. Again, if he was interested, then sure, but he's not, so I don't know. Everyone else here were good. Brandon Jacobson's been really good, but we kind of replaced him with someone that plays about as well and actually has a dev trait and is like a lot younger now. So we're gonna let everyone here go. We might even restructure some of our deals if we want to go crazy in free agency. We'll see. Ooh, do we bring Kyle Pitts back to not use him? We could. I mean, he has a lot of offers and he isn't interested, so yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get him. Oh well. Chris Jones is here. That's interesting. There are definitely some players here for sure. What is Bradley Chubb like in this game? See, this is what Harold Landry looked like, and then Harold Landry got 2.5 sacks. so I don't know. We're really struggling to find that like second edge rusher for some reason. Everyone we get, even if they're decent overall, they play terribly, so that's fun. Okay, let me see. I am gonna work on a trade. Let's figure something out. I don't think I've done one trade this rebuild unless it was like a, you know, pick trade or something. I guess I traded our QB away, so I guess I have, but I want to trade for a player. All right, and we are gonna be trading our first round pick this year, which is like number 29 or something, so it's not a very high first round pick, and Chambers, our backup center, for Steven Eisen from the Cardinals. Now, Steven Eisen was one of the better sack getters in the NFL. He had 15 this year. I am a little worried because he hasn't really gotten that many sacks any other year, but to be fair, he's been developing. We'll use that excuse. I don't know. But either way, he's an 89 overall with X Factor. I don't know what he's going to be at outside linebacker. He could even be better because he's only 253. I guess that's not tiny. Well, he only goes down to an 88. That's not bad. But yeah, that should definitely help out our pass rush, at least a little bit. And I don't think we're going to do anything in free agency. There wasn't really anyone I was crazy about there. And if there was, we couldn't afford them, or like other teams were interested. So with that, this defense is looking scary. And let's get to the draft. But in the draft, our division rivals, the New Orleans Saints, have the number 1 pick. We pick at number 29, and there's really only one position I'm looking at for this first pick, and that is going to be D-line. And there is one good player here, and that's Ben Gray. He's a little undersized for 3-4 defensive end. He's 6'8", 280. He's kind of like a tweener type, like right in between a 4'3" and a 3-4 defensive end, but he has really good speed. 4.67 speed, great strength. The only thing that I don't really like is the play rec, but everything else looks crazy. I'm surprised he's only a first to second round talent. I would guess just straight up first, but defensive ends are always disappointing with their overall in this game for some reason. But either way, let's go with Ben Gray out of Florida. Of course he has normal dev. A super high upside looking guy. Why wouldn't he have normal dev? Thanks, EA. And I kind of like Mitch Russo. He's not that strong though. He only has solid strength. He doesn't have the best power. He has elite jumping, agility, acceleration, great change of direction, good speed. You know, he would mostly just be depth, or most likely just be depth, just because that strength is probably going to hold him back, but he doesn't look bad. Yeah, let's go with Mitch Russo out of Alabama. Again, I don't think he's great, but I want O-line depth, and he looks like the best one, so let's take him. Another guy that looks very high upside with normal dev. Thanks, EA. Thank you. And we definitely need depth at inside linebacker. I think we only have 2 on the roster. Yeah, 2. The problem is none of them look good anymore. All the decent looking ones got taken, so that's a problem. Trey Peralta. Oh, he's slow. Okay. Byron Rose toy. That's gross. Sorry. No, all these linebackers look terrible. I almost pressed A. I like half pressed the A button, half pressed B. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. It's almost the 5th round, but yeah, I don't know. All these linebackers look terrible. Ooh, Christian Brown actually might be good. F power moves, F finesse moves. I mean, good thing we're not going to play him at edge, but elite speed, elite acceleration, elite change of direction. He ran a 4.44 at his pro day. I guess he's almost linebacker size. He's only 6 foot 221, or almost safety size. I mean, I don't know. The block shedding isn't great, and I'm kind of worried about his pursuit and tackle, but we'll take a chance. Show me normal dev. Yeah, okay, cool. This is like my worst draft of all time, it feels like. Let's get to the end of it. Get me out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, this definitely wasn't great. It went about as well as I thought it did. Russo's a 73. That's about what I was expecting. Gray's a 75. That's about what I was expecting. Brown is only a 70. Again, ooh, yeah, his tackle is bad. He only has 73 tackle. What are you going to be at middle linebacker? Is he going to go up or down? My guess is down, but not much. No, he stays the same. Okay. And then the CPU took Nick Haynes. Of course, they get a star dev before we do. Or, well, hidden. I guess it could be X Factor for all I know, but he looks decent. I don't know what they saw in Raekwon prior. Hey, he has hidden dev, though. Did they 3 for 3 it? Paul Morris? No, not quite. What did that say his height is? Oh, okay. I thought that said 6'6". But either way, I mean, we didn't have a first round pick, and we almost didn't pick until the second round. We almost didn't pick until the third round. We still got a first round talent. Nothing I can do about the dev trait. So it is what it is. It was a decent draft. But let's get into year 6 of the rebuild. But here we are heading into year 6, and we did regress a little bit. I mean, the team isn't that old, but players like David Njoku Njoku, Tyreek Hill, they're all a little older. Joel Bitonio. We should be able to get that overall back, though, by the end of the year, because a good amount of our team is younger. Just a few older players. And then the defense, 87 overall. Carruthers is up to a 91, a 92 with morale. He's looking really good. Surprisingly, Cooks was never really able to develop, even with Superstar Dev. Or I don't know why I went to edit player. I meant to go to stats. But yeah, I mean, he's been getting a lot of playing time and producing relatively well. It's just he hasn't really developed for some reason. But oh well. I guess I should just crank the middle linebacker XP sliders like crazy. I don't know. But let's get to the midseason point of year 6, and hopefully we can do even better this year. Okay, well, we are 3-3 at the midseason point. I'm surprised we're only 3-3. We have a top 5 scoring offense and a top 5 scoring defense for points allowed per game. I mean, are we going to get better throughout the second half of the year? We'll see. It looks like we don't have many yards per game on offense, though, so maybe that'll get a little worse. I don't know. I just can't believe this is the team that always dominates in franchise. Of course, when I use them, we don't dominate at all. Far from it. But we're getting there. We'll get there eventually. We have some re-signings to worry about, though, and this is where this team starts getting a little expensive. Montel, Carruthers, whatever, 6 years, 126 mil, and he doesn't take it. Okay, that's tough. I mean, the tag might not be too much money, so, I mean, worst case scenario, we can just do that. Franklin Mason, 5 years, 66 mil, he re-signs. Javonte Posey isn't interested. Corey Cooks is already 26. We can find another linebacker. Dwight Marion isn't interested. David Njoku's older. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not too interested in a lot of these players. Joel Bitonio, I will re-sign, 2 years, 43 mil, and he does accept it, thankfully. Thank you, Joel. But yeah, I mean, there's a negative to all these players here. I guess we could bring Corey Cooks back because he's not very expensive, but he's not going to develop much more. I want a higher upside guy there. So that's all we're going to do for re-signings, and let's get to the end of year number 6, and hopefully we can be in the playoffs, although this looks like a tough division this year. We will see. Wow, this game just hates me. We finished 6-11 with a pretty good team. What do I do with this information? What do we do here? Let's check out our season stats. We'll see what went wrong. Elijah Tiller, 4,000 yards. He wasn't really the problem. That's a lot of picks, but 31 touchdowns. Other than the interceptions, he was very good. Jahmyr Gibbs was kind of bad. 1,000 yards, but only 3.6 yards per carry. Joe Mixon, 9 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. David Njoku, 900 yards, but God, I don't know. Okay, Will Cooper was awful. That's fun. Hopefully he gets better next year. And on defense, Dwayne Leach led the team with 107 tackles, 106 for Cooks, tackles for loss, 16 for Garrett, 13 for Allen, and sacks, 10 for Josh Allen, 8 for Dalvin Garrett, 7.5 for Steven Eisen, and interceptions, 2 for Carruthers, Newsome, and Gonzalez, 1 for a few players. What was the problem? Our stats didn't look that bad. We were 12th and 9th for offensive and defensive yards, 18th for points scored on offense, 19th for points allowed. I don't know what to do. I legitimately don't know what to do. I mean, it's not like we have the best roster in the world, but we're not a goddamn 6-11 team. Unlucky. Joe Burrow wins MVP. At least that's something different. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tony Pollard. No Tyreek, surprisingly. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. No Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quincy Bell for the Saints. Nick Haynes at number 10. I think that was the tight end. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to David Breland for the Buccaneers. Ben Gray at number 7. So, unlucky. GG, go next. I don't know what to do here. Let's get into the offseason. And in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys beat the Ravens 21-19. Cool. Awesome, dude. That's sick. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, those are 2 teams that make the Super Bowl in the game, that's for sure. That's awesome. But now for the rest of the players we have to re-sign. Carruthers, I want to change your last name because I don't know how to say it, but 7 years, 169 mil for a safety? How's he playing? He could be a tag and trade if he isn't doing that well, because I don't think he is. No, he really isn't. I mean, he's a good overall, but his numbers aren't anything special at all. Will you take player friendly? You didn't last time, but he looks a little more interested. 6 years, 133 mil. Okay, he does take that. Corey Cooks, I'm good. Posey, I'm good. Marion, I'm good. Actually, how's Marion played at safety? 1 interception through the last 3 seasons, 1 interception total on his career, and like 10 pass deflections through the last 3 years. I am A-okay. Thank you, though. All right, let's get into free agency. Please be some good players. Please, Donald Trump, save me. Okay, they're good players, but the interest, absolutely zero. That's cool. Damn, these dudes are expensive. All right, let me restructure some deals and we will see what we can do. All right, well, these are the players we are gonna go for in free agency, and we don't have a lead for any of these guys. We are tied for the lead for Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have a lead for Colton Miller, but I mean, it's only a yellow offer. We are tied for the lead for Dave Hartley, a tight end with Superstar Dev, who's only 26. Again, we have the lead for Elijah Vera Tucker, but it's only yellow, and same with Kyle Duggar. So there is a legitimate chance we get nobody here, and knowing how this rebuild has gone so far, that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, I hate to be pessimistic, but, well, no, I don't. I always am, but I'm just being realistic, man. There's a good chance that happens. We might get like one or two of these guys. Let's see if any of these players want to sign. Okay, no. Amon-Ra goes to the Rams, and Dave Hartley also goes to the Rams, and so does Elton Jenkins and KJ Nelson, a tackle. What are the Rams cooking? They're cooking something. All right, unlucky, but it's not the end of the world. I resubmitted Colton Miller's offer and gave him a better one. We're also going to try to get George Pickens because we didn't get Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shocker, I know. And we're also going to go for Devin Hilton, who's another 26-year-old tight end. He's a little worse, but he has X factor, so that would be kind of fun. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. Okay, so we get George Pickens, Kyle Duggar, and Devin Hilton. We will take that. That's not too bad. And we still have the lead for Colton Miller and Elijah Vera Tucker. What are we even going to do with Elijah Vera Tucker, though? Because, I mean, most of our line has been fine, so we might not really need him, to be fair. Yeah, we won't go for him. Also, Nick Haynes does have X Factor, which is crazy. A lot of tight ends do have crazy dev traits in this game, though, so that's not really a massive surprise, but it's still interesting. What is a surprise, though? Okay, this is why the CPU took Raekwon Pryor. He has X Factor. Okay, cool. I mean, he's only a 68 overall at defensive tackle, but it's still cool, I guess. It's interesting. But we're up to an 88 now, and we still haven't even signed all of our free agents, so now the team is finally looking like an NFL team. I mean, this would be by far the best team in the league in real life. You know, other teams have gotten better here too, obviously. Let's see, is there anyone else we can go for? Because, I mean, we might as well go all in this year if possible, you know, assuming overall actually matters in this game. Let's get a punter. That'll really push us over the edge. This game might push me over the edge, but I mean, like, for playoff success. Is that actually what Jake Moody's hair looks like? As long as you happy, bro. As long as you happy. God, I always make this comparison to this face right here. It looks like the face of that one weird video where there's the guy who's like, show this to your baby and I guarantee I can make him laugh, and he just makes like a terrifying, like, cracked out face or something. That's what that reminds me of. I don't know. It just always makes me think of that. I think it's just the eyes. The eyes do it for me. But anyways, let's see if we can sign these three players. I'm losing my mind. We signed Colton Miller. Dope. That's cool. Jake Moody and Jair Alexander, do you want to sign? Yeah, that's Jair Alexander. Apparently they don't, though, but who cares? It's kicker and punter. Let's get to the draft. Okay, we are making a crazy trade here. We are going to trade our first round pick, which is the number 8 overall pick, so a very high one, a high value one. We are going to trade that for Trent McDuffie and a 3rd round pick from the Chiefs. Do we need corner? Not necessarily, but I want greatness for this team. I'm sick of being mid to bad. Like, I want greatness here, so that's what we're going for. I mean, that'll obviously make our drafting a little tougher, but what do we need to draft? Like a linebacker, maybe a D lineman, but we have good depth there, and maybe a 4th receiver? I don't know, but let's get to the draft. But now in the draft, there weren't that many linebackers, honestly, that looked even decent. There are no, like, crazy ones unless they had crazy combines. Well, Ben Bullock kind of had a really good combine, actually, so he might be decent. I mean, the pursuit and block shedding are going to hold him back, but he has really good speed, good strength. Josh Charles looks okay. I think the other guy's better. Troy Bailey, I didn't even focus scout him. Dudley Warwick, which is a name. He's really good ratings, but he's really weak, so I don't know. And then was that all that I focus scouted? Yeah, that's all we can focus scout. Okay, I think Ben Bullock is my favorite. I don't love the block shedding or the pursuit or the play rec, but other than that, he looks good, so let's take him. Hidden dev, 91 speed, 91 71 excel, 77 strength, very good athlete. So we'll take that. We might even go with another linebacker if we need to. I guess we'll see. I did focus scout interior O-line. So let's see if there are any good ones here. Not that we really need it anymore, but I guess it's good to have. None of them look great. Dan Hutchinson looks pretty good. He just doesn't have power, but he has really good strength. He looks good enough. Let's go with Dan Hutchinson. Hidden Dev, 89 strength. Sure, why not? And you know what? Because he's here, let's go with Dudley Warwick, because that's a funny name. His ratings are great. His speed is pretty great, too. Just, you know, he might be a safety. Well, no, he's 240. How are you 240 and you're that weak for a linebacker? Should we slim him down and move him to safety? I don't know. But let's go with Dudley Warwick out of Michigan State. Normal dev, unfortunately, but good speed, good excel, not very good strength. I mean, it is 69 strength, so nice, but, you know, also not nice. But let's get to the end of the draft and we will see how we did. I don't think we got anyone that good in this draft. I just wanted to, you know, fill out a few positions rather than go for, like, great players, which maybe we should have, but yeah, this definitely wasn't a good draft. Yikes. Ben Bullock is only a 72. Okay. Dan Hutchinson is a 71? I thought he would be like a 74. And Dudley Warwick is a 71. Was this a terrible draft class again, or do I suck? I mean, at least I knew these guys weren't going to be great, but no, it wasn't a terrible draft class. I guess I just suck at drafting. I don't know. That's unlucky. All right, let's get into year 7. Let's pretend that never happened, all right? At least we got Trent McDuffie out of that. We'll pretend we drafted But here we are heading into year 7, now up to an 88 overall, finally looking like a really good team. You know, the team isn't as young anymore, but it is better now for sure. 88 overall offense, 89 defense, looking like a very good team. And not really any holes on the roster either. I mean, our D-line isn't amazing outside of Garrett. Our linebacking core isn't amazing, but Bullock's, you know, a rookie and has hidden dev. And the interior, or at least the right side of our O-line, isn't a great overall, but these three usually play pretty well. So this team does, you know, perform even better than its overall, at least individual players do. We just can't get a good record. I don't know why. Through the preseason, we even had the number 30 scoring offense, so that's cool. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, or we're definitely going to switch the offensive playbook, as much as I don't want to, because I know it can be amazing in this game. It's just when I use it, it isn't. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point and we will see what happens this year. Hopefully it's better. But at the midseason point, we are 4-3. Definitely pretty good. Still though, our offense and defense just aren't great. I want to keep these playbooks because I know they can be good, but they just haven't been. Oh my god, dude. All right, is it time? We're not going to do it midseason, but if we miss the playoffs again, we're getting rid of these playbooks. Because we're an 89 overall. Where does that rank in the league? It might be number 1. The 49ers are also an 89, and yeah, we have the best team in the league now, and we have an average offense and an average defense in terms of how they play. Our defense even looks below average. Cool. Awesome, dude. All right, yeah, we're changing the playbooks at the end of the year, unless we actually finish as a good team with a good record. But we have some re-signings to make. Who's this gonna be? Oh, we have negative 46 mil. Okay, so we'll need to restructure some deals at the end of the year. We have the 5th year for Elijah Tiller and Will Cooper. Will Cooper's a backup anyways, but yeah, that's a lot of players that we may or may not be able to re-sign. So let's just get straight to the end of the year, and hopefully A, we can make the playoffs, and B, we can re-sign those players. We'll see. But here we are at the end of year number 7, and before I reveal how we did, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like and be sure to subscribe. Y'all know the deal. It helps out the channel. I would appreciate it. And now that we're coming to an end here, if there's another or just any team you want me to do a 10-year rebuild of, let me know down below, because I like doing these. They take me forever. I'm trying to get this out today, but it's 3 hours away from where I wanted this to come out, and this is probably going to take another 2 hours to finish, 2 hours to edit, and 3 or 4 hours to upload, so I don't think it's coming out today. Probably Monday. We'll see. But anyways, here is a look at the team. We're a 91 overall, 91 offense, 91 defense. Did we have any hidden devs? We had Bullock. He only has star dev, unfortunately, and was that it? I mean, mean, we had Hutchinson, but he's a backup. So yeah, I think that was it, unfortunately. But in year number 7, I almost said year 4, we did make the playoffs going 11-6, thankfully. Now, we still had a pretty bad defense, number 18 in the league, 21st pass D, 10th run D, but at least our offense was good. 26.4 points per game, that's not bad. It was number 2 in the league. And let's check out our season stats. Elijah Tiller, 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 2 picks, 71% completion percentage. He'll be up there for MVP. It was definitely the right move to move off of Lucas Lynn. Yeah, Lucas Lynn hasn't done anything. He's been worse there than he was for us. He throws so many picks. So yeah, we made the right move there. Elijah Tiller has been a stud. Jahmyr Gibbs, we want a new running back, probably. 1,000 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. Yikes. Almost 1,500 yards for Tyreek Hill, though. 19 touchdowns. Devin Hilton, in his first year here, 800 yards, 11 touchdowns. The blocking was pretty good for the most part. Larry Rose kind of sucked, though. We could look for a new center. And on defense, Dwayne Leach led the team with 110 tackles. Tackles for loss, 9 for Dalvin Garrett led the team. And sacks, 12 for Dalvin Garrett, 9.5 for Josh Allen, 8 for Steven Eisen. He hasn't been great, but he's better than I thought he would be. I thought he would go back to like 3 sacks per year or something, but he's gone down to about here. Definitely not the 15 sack guy that he was in 2027, but still pretty good. And then interceptions, 3 for McDuffie, 2 for Carruthers, 1 for a few players. So definitely looking better this year. I still want a new defense though. We were only 16th for offensive yards in the league though, and 14th for defense. So was our defense better? Nah, I don't know. The points allowed difference is, or points scored to points allowed difference is big. But unfortunately, Lamar wins MVP here. Elijah Tiller at number 2. So close. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tyreek Hill. Oh no, Jalen Hurts at number 2 for Offensive Player of the Year. Are we not even going to get Best QB? Elijah Tiller at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Johnny Reed for the Lions. And Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Ben Bullock. We'll take that. So we actually got a couple awards this year. Elijah Tiller, Best QB. Tyler Algier was the best running back. And Bijan Robinson was number 2. That's fun. That's cool. Tyreek won Best Receiver. McDuffie at number 3 for Best DB, and then that's it. But still, more awards than we've won in a year during this rebuild, it feels like. But you know what? Let's just switch our defense now. It's not doing well. We might as well try something different. The Jags? I don't know. Steelers, I feel like they might get carried by, having Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Bucks defense, that's a lot of points allowed. Yeah, I don't know about that. Should we try the Steelers? I don't trust it. That's the thing. You know what? We'll try it. If it sucks, then it's not like our defense is doing well now, so we'll try it. Hopefully that works. We'll see. But we have a one last hurrah scenario, probably for Joel Bitonio again, unless it's Tyreek or something. Yeah, it is Joel Bitonio again, so we'll take the morale. He may or may not retire. I don't know. It feels like there's less of a chance of them retiring when you get the one last hurrah scenario. I don't know why, but that's what it feels like to me. But anyways, we are going to be taking on the Rams, led by Bijan Robinson and Amon-Ra St. Brown, a player we had and a player we wanted. So that's fun. They had someone else we wanted too, right? They got Tyler Linderbaum, we wanted him. They got Dave Hartley, we wanted him. Wow, this is our rival for the rebuild. But they have Dak Prescott too, so I don't know if this is a winnable game. I guess we'll have to find out. So let's simulate it. We're a better overall team. We're at home, so let's see what happens. Yeah, that's about what I expected. All right, let's get into the offseason. Cool. Okay, and after the season, we actually got a couple upgrades for players here, as we expected. We get one for Elijah Tiller. He's playing up to a 97 with morale. But did he get superstar dev? He did. Okay, thankfully. He has 98 throw power. He's a great player. I'm glad we traded our one guy away. He's a 91 and still only the 16th ranked QB in the league. Maybe I put the XP sliders a little too high. That would be like, I don't know, Justin Fields or something being a 91, or maybe a little better than that, like Kirk Cousins being a 91 or something. But in the Super Bowl, the Jags take down the Packers 36-35. And it looked like our rookie linebacker also got a dev trait. Oh, okay. So Tyreek Hill retired. I was like, did Tyreek Hill lose his dev trait? I saw a silver over there, but I was like, oh, Tyreek Hill's gone. That's cool. But at least Bullock got superstar dev. Can't wait for him to not develop for some reason. That'll be fun. But now we're going to have even more work in the offseason now that Tyreek Hill's gone. I wish we could have got Amon-Ra St. Brown, but oh well. And speaking of work in the offseason, how much negative money do we have? Oh, we actually have 11 mil, surprisingly. Okay, we'll take that. I mean, we're gonna have to restructure some deals to get anyone here back, but that's something we can do. Assuming we can actually restructure deals right here, can we? Okay, yeah. All right, this team is starting to get really expensive. I think we're gonna trade away Greg Newsome in the offseason just because he doesn't even really play anymore. That would save us a little bit of cap space at least, but I definitely freed up a little bit there. Now we have almost 40 mil to work with, so that's not too bad. I mean, that's all gonna go away in a second, but we have it for now at least. Steven Eisen, oh God, he's expensive. 7 years, 211 mil, and he doesn't take it. Well, guess what, buddy? You're getting tagged. Ooh, the tag is really cheap. All right, 17 mil, sure. We'll pick up the 5th year for Tiller. We'll re-sign Leach, 5 years, 79 mil. He takes it, and I think that's all we can do. Nick Peck has been pretty good. I kind of want to re-sign him. I guess we'll have Will Cooper. We could play him at right guard. I don't feel great about that because he's 6'5", 316, and this is what he did the last time he played, but at least it's right guard. We'll re-sign Kyle Duggar because he's pretty good, and that's all we can do. We're going to lose a few players, including another receiver, but that's how it be. But we are going to trade Greg Newsome to the Patriots for a 2nd-round pick. He'll be their #1 corner. He's like one of the very few teams that could actually afford him, so I guess that works for them. Oh, cool. Sterling Winters, one of the best corners in the league. That's fun. I mean, he probably wouldn't have developed the same way if we picked him, but still. We're kind of in rebuild mode again here, because we have like no receivers and we can't really afford any at all. I mean, I guess we could try to re-sign Heath Farley, and for running back, I guess, should we go for Tyler Algier, or is he gonna suck if we sign him? He might. Oh yeah, his yards per carry average isn't like insane or anything. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go for Tyler Algier and Heath Farley. We'll try to bring Farley back. I'm surprised we were able to do this, because I mean, these are really our only 2 problems on offense. I mean, we kind of need a center because ours doesn't play very well, but Tyler Algier, Heath Farley, do you want to sign? Of course. Of course, Heath Farley would go to a team that made a worse offer. The NFC West is just absolutely bending us over in this rebuild. There's something about them. All right, well, we're gonna need a receiver. What if we trade for one? Because we don't really have a crazy #1 anymore. I don't know if we can afford one, though. That's the thing. Yeah, we'll just get to the draft. Let's see if we can draft a good receiver. But in the draft, we, of course, do not pick until number 24, and this, unfortunately, didn't look like the greatest receiver class ever, but let's see what we can do. All right, I think Travis Boren, he doesn't look amazing, but he looks pretty good. He's gonna have normal dev, though. That's the problem. We need 2 receivers, though, so we might go with another guy later, like Deontay Carter. Hopefully he's still there with the 10th pick in the 2nd round, so what is that, 42 or something? Yeah, he's not even supposed to go until the late 2nd. There's also Max Owens. He looks pretty good. I don't know, I'm just bad at scouting receivers. I can never tell if they're good. But let's go with Travis Boren as our first pick out of Clemson. Okay, he has hidden, thankfully. He looks 42 years old, but you know what? That's fine. That's better than what we have in our receiving core. And now early 2nd, Deontay Carter is still available. He's not like the craziest looking player ever. He does have elite speed, which is nice. A deep route, B spec catch. He does look pretty good. I don't think he's going to be like a super high overall though. Probably only like a 72, but I'm hoping he has a dev trait. So let's take him. He does. Only 96 speed, running what? A 4.26 at his pro day? All right, cool. Sure, why not? And let's see, is there a good safety here with our last pick? Lamont Thompson looks pretty good. I mean, we don't need a safety right now, but I'm expecting Kyle Duggar to retire. Devin Brock, okay. 4.29 speed at the combine. He's also really strong. A-man, B-zone. We don't need a corner at all, but yeah. See, bruh, 4.29 is only 95 speed? 91 excel? Come on, I was thinking 97 speed. All right, whatever. Sure, fine. I'm simulating this out. This game shaves years off my life. But we did okay in the draft. Travis Bourne is a 75. That's about what I expected there. At least he does have hidden dev, which is rare for playmaker receivers, at least when I take him. He's playing with +6 short route for some reason. I don't know why, but all right, cool. He looks pretty good. And then Deontay Carter also looks pretty good. 75 overall, hidden dev, really good deep route, good speed obs. obviously good spec catch. Devin Brock is a 79 overall with hidden dev. He looks really good. Not the best agility, but other than that, looks really nice. And then the CPU took a couple good players. Kyrie Ware looks like a good running back. Jay Winter looks like a good guard. No dev trait. Can you play center? You're built like a center. I guess. I don't know if I want to though, but he technically could if we want to trade our center away. But let's get into year 8. But here's a look at the team heading into year of the rebuild. You know, we're looking pretty different on offense from where we were last year. Almost an entirely new receiving core, new running back. I guess the O-line switched up a little bit, but you know, Tiller has superstar dev now, which is very nice. And hopefully our rookie receivers can do well. We're still an 89 overall. We are still very good. Our defense is mostly the same. I think it is all the same players. So yeah, we're still a really good overall team. Probably still the best in the league, but will we actually play like the best is the question. The Rams also have an 89. Same with the Jets and the Cowboys. So there are, the Chiefs are actually a 91. So we're tied for the second best team, which, you know, that's still really good. But let's get to the midseason point and hopefully we have a good record. But at the midseason point, we are 4-3, and maybe switching the defense wasn't the best decision, but to be fair, our defense wasn't good before anyways. At least our defense is mid now, but also for rankings, we're number 27, so maybe the Steelers playbook isn't the move. I don't know. We have a good overall defense. It's a 92. It's playing like it's an 82 overall. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, I don't know what I clicked on. Some kind of scenario, apparently. It doesn't want to load. Oh, it's short week. I'd care. But we are going to have some re-signings to make here, and a lot of them, and we have almost no money to work with. So that's tough. Do we blow up the defense and just restart? We might have to. Steven Eisen hasn't done much for us. He's been okay, but I'm not going to pay him that kind of money to be okay. So we are going to be sellers here at the midseason. Will we be able to get someone better than Eisen? I don't know, but I just don't want to pay him that kind of money. So we're going to get a 1 and a 2 from the Cardinals for Eisen. Trent McDuffie, not interested. Trent McDuffie will take a first for him. We gave up pretty much a first to get him. That works. Will Cooper, how's he doing so far this year? Only 1 sack allowed. He's doing pretty good. He resigns. Larry Rose, how's he doing this year? Only 1 sack allowed. I don't know how much I trust that though. And Josh Allen, how is he doing? Only 2.5 sacks. He's been good though. That's the thing. So I think we'll try to resign him. He's just not interested. He doesn't resign, obviously, so he might be a tag. Also have Colton Miller and Sam Cosme and Joel Bitonio. Oh God. What are we gonna do? Okay, we might have to trade Josh Allen. We might have to. He's older anyways. Maybe more money will free up at the end of the year, but he's not interested either way. I don't know if any teams can actually afford him, so maybe we won't be able to. Yeah, we can't. The Rams can afford him. Do we really want to make the Rams even better though? I don't. But let's get to the end of the season and we will see what happens. That's all we can do. Okay, well maybe those 2 players were the problem because we finish 11-6 and make the playoffs. Now, our offense was really good. Our defense still kind of sucked. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It kind of was. It was number 23 in the league. Our offense was also 14th. I don't know how those rankings work. I don't feel like they're good to go off of. We also had a really good rushing offense, but a really bad pass offense this year, even though it's been the opposite. I don't know. Elijah Tiller again. 3,600 yards this year because we only passed it 414 times. 40 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 74% completion percentage. He was very good, to say the least. Tyler Algier, almost 1,500 yards, 4.6 per carry, 14 touchdowns. No dominant receiver, really. 872 yards for Carter as a rookie, 5 touchdowns. Pickens with 11 touchdowns. Boren with 842 yards and 9 touchdowns. I wish we passed more, but I'm definitely not changing the offensive playbook. Colton Miller wasn't great, but other than that, the line held up really well. Is that only like 20 sacks allowed? 19. Yeah, our line was good. And then Dwayne Leach led the team with 128 tackles. Tackles for loss, 18 for Garrett, 17 for Gray, 16 for Allen, and sacks. Okay, we might switch back to the Falcons playbook. 5 for Garrett and Gray, 4 for Allen, 2 for Kilroy. Interceptions, 4 for Gonzalez, 2 for Leach, Duggar, and Carruthers, and 1 for Schaefer. So yeah, our defense was terrible. But MVP goes to Lamar. Tiller all the way down at 9? What did Lamar do? Did he have like 60 passing touchdowns? 2,000 rushing rushing yards, 20 rushing touchdowns. Where are the Ravens? There they are. Ooh, okay. I mean, yeah, he definitely added a lot on the ground, but whatever. Offensive player of the year for the NFC goes to CD Lamb. Elijah Tiller at number 10. Defensive player of the year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Offensive rookie of the year does go to Travis Bourne. We will take that. Deontay Carter at 3. And defensive rookie of the year goes to Mike Sutherland for the Commanders. Devin Brock at number 10. I didn't even know he got playing time. I guess he did in the second half of the year after we traded McDuffie, but we'll take offensive rookie of the year. I won't complain about that, but what I will complain about is what is probably going to happen in this game. All right, time to switch the defensive playbook again. The Patriots were 14-2-1. That's an interesting record. The Giants have had a good defense the last few years. Do we want to try the Giants, or would that be a mistake? We might as well try something different. So yeah, we'll try the defensive playbook, or the Giants defensive playbook, but let's simulate this game against the Cardinals. I feel like we've met them every single year in the playoffs, but let's simulate it out and we will see if we can somehow get a win. No, our defense allows 41 points. Okay, got it. All right, let's get into year 9. And in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys take down the Steelers. I feel like we saw that exact Super Bowl already, so I think that's a rematch. But we have an upgrade for Travis Bourne. Did he get Superstar Dev? I saw he only had Star, but did he get a Dev up? He did. Okay, cool. I wonder if we hit any other dev ups though. I don't know who would have, but I guess we'll check. Maybe Algier. He was really good. Okay, no. Also, not a dev trait for Tiller. That kind of sucks. It looks like Colton Miller retired before Batonio. Batonio's 39. He normally retires when he's like 34. I mean, we'll take it, but that's surprising. Kyle Duggar retired, so we definitely had some retirements this year. But for re-signings, do we really want Kilroy back? I mean, I don't. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I don't want to pay him. We'll just draft somebody. Larry Rose, I mean, we're kind of tight on cap right now. He was good this last year, but every other year, not so much. Josh Allen, I mean, he's been good almost every year except this last year, but that can be, chalked up to our playbook being terrible, which I don't even know what a good one is. I think whatever team I user is just going to underperform without fail. That's what it feels like, at least. Joel Batonio will re-sign for another 2 years. He takes it. Sam Cosmi, 2 years, 24 mil. He re-signs. And I guess that's it. So we're going to need 2 new pass rushers, unless we want to tag Allen. Wait, why do we have so much cap? Did one of those players actually reject us? No? Okay. Do you want 3 years? It's a decent amount of money, but I guess it probably wouldn't be that much at this point. 3 years, 62 mil. He takes it. All right. Wait, why were we able to sign that? Now it says we have negative 19 mil or whatever. Negative 8 mil. All right. I don't know why we were able to do that, but we did. So let's get into free agency and we'll see if there's anything we can do. We should be able to restructure some deals. Let's see. But on a limited budget, here's what we are going to try to do. We're going to go for Frank Kennedy, a receiver with superstar dev at an 88 overall. We have the lead for him over the Packers, so the Packers are probably going to get him, but we're at least trying to get another receiver. And then Rajon Beckford at safety. He's just a cheap option who's pretty good, 82 overall, only 25 years old with a star dev. And then I guess we'll try to re-sign Byron Kilroy just because. So let's see if we can sign these 3 players. Okay, we get Frank Kennedy, and I don't know if these 2 are going to want to sign. We get Kilroy, and we'll see if we get Beckford, but if not, it's not the end of the world. Let's just get to the draft. But we have the 12th pick in the draft from the Cardinals, and of course all the speed rushers got taken. Why wouldn't they? God damn it, dude. Oh, Rashad Sutherland looks terrible. How about Darren Short? I didn't focus scout him, so I don't know. His finesse moves could be a C for all I know. And Brooks Blythe, terrible block shedding. Tony Landry, are you a speed guy? Yeah. Don't know his finesse moves. And terrible block shedding. All right, Brooks Blythe might be the best, but I still don't think he's good. He also lacks discipline and has bad injury. Okay. Maybe we won't go with him. I mean, I'm not going Short. He at least has good discipline, but he's 23. Is Sutherland our best option? The one who I thought was terrible? He might be. All right, let's go with Rashad Sutherland out of West Virginia. He is hidden dev, 91 excel, 83 speed, 82 strength. Not worth the 12th pick, but I don't care. Get me out of here. All right, and now for maybe a decent tackle. Is there one? Eric Kirkland ran a 4.78, a 4.75 at his pro day. I don't think he's good, but I'm interested. That's rare. I feel like players with rare traits end up being pretty good in this game a lot of the time. Yeah, sure, let's take him. Eric Kirkland out of Alabama. Hidden Dev, 77 speed, 85 excel. Sounds good. Oh yeah, we have 3 first-round picks. Of course, none of them ended up being that good, but I guess it's better than not having them. Let's go with, should we go Tony Landry? Because I don't know what else we need. Yeah, sure, Tony Landry out of Syracuse. Hidden Dev, sure, sounds good. All right, I might pick another lineman, and let's get to the draft recap. But in the draft, we did all right. Our first 3 picks were interesting. Sutherland's better than I thought he was, at least, though. He's a 75, should be pretty good. Kirkland he isn't great. He's only a 73. I didn't think he would be great. I just wanted to take him because he was really fast, but yeah, no, he's not good. Tony Landry, not very good either, but the one pick I didn't show, Rob Jupin, which is an interesting last name, he's a 79 overall. I think what we might do is play him at guard and move Batonio to tackle. We'll see. And the CPU actually picked some pretty good players. Derek Fisher, a couple D linemen back-to-back. That's interesting. Another defensive tackle. Why? Another one? Is this guy a D lineman too? No, okay, he's an edge. Interesting draft strategy there. They also picked up another blocking tight end. What's his dev trait? I'm gonna reveal it. It's not like we're gonna start him anyways, but okay. Another X Factor tight end. Cool. We'll have 3 now. But hey, pretty good draft. And let's get into year 9. But here's a look at the team heading into year 9, the second to last year of this rebuild. You're a real one if you've made it all the way here. This has been a long one, a painful one too. So I appreciate you. The team isn't super great this year. It's an 86, which, you know, like I said, isn't great, but again, should develop throughout the year. We have a lot of younger players starting, a couple rookies on offense, and then a rookie on defense. So I guess that's something. I'll rearrange the specialists, but this doesn't look too bad. I'll mess with it a little bit though. I always do. Like I mess with your mother. I don't know. But let's just get straight to the end of the year and we will see what happens. I feel like we've gone 11-6 or 6-11 in almost every year of this rebuild. What is it with that record in our team? But hey, I won't complain. I'll take 11-6 for a team that I didn't think was that good. So yeah, we did a lot better than I expected. I thought we were gonna, miss the playoffs by a decent amount. But let's see what happened. Elijah Tiller, who unfortunately is up for contract. He did really well though. 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 2 picks. He's thrown like maybe 12 total interceptions through the last 3 years. Not even that, 10 total. He's been, ever since I said he needs to get those interceptions down, he listened. He's been great. Tyler Algier, 1,350 yards, only 4.1 per carry, but that's still decent. 10 touchdowns, even 400 rushing yards for Tiller. Receiving Frank Kennedy with almost 1,100 yards, literally 1 yard away, 14 touchdowns. Not much outside of him though. And for blocking, ooh, okay, that's not great. Will Cooper was really our only good lineman at all. I started Kirkland at center just because, he was a decent overall there. That didn't really work out apparently. And then Dwayne Leach led the team with 120 tackles for loss, 18 for Gray, 17 for Garrett, 13 for Sutherland and Allen, and sacks. I'm glad we didn't trade away Josh Allen because he was our only sack getter this year. 13.5 for him. Dalvin Garrett with 7.5. He's been really good throughout the rebuild. Consistently like between 7-ish to 12 sacks per year, it seems like. Mostly around an average of like 7.5-ish. He's been good, but not much pressure outside of him. Sutherland as a rookie, only 3 sacks, did get 13 tackles for loss, but still. And then interceptions, 4 for Gonzalez, 2 for Bullock and Mason, and 1 for Josh Allen of all players. Maybe it was on Josh Allen, I don't know. But MVP goes to Joe Burrow. Elijah Tiller at number 6. We're still yet to win MVP with Elijah Tiller. I didn't think this year would be the year, but he's been good. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Traylon Burks. That's interesting. But NFC, of course, it goes to Amon-Ra St. Brown with Bijan at number 2. This game just hates me. Elijah Tiller at number 5. Frank Kennedy at 9. That was a good signing. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa. Josh Allen at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to DeMario Broyles for the Bears. Jason Sheldon at 9. I think that's our tight end, our rookie tight end. I don't know. And then, Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Harvey Burns for the Lions. Rashad Sutherland at number 2. Shit. All right, that's tough. Thinking there was a chance he could win it just because of the tackles for loss, but not quite. But we once again have a one last hurrah before we get into the playoffs here. I wonder who this is for. No idea. If it wants to load today or tomorrow sometime, thank you. Shocker, it's Joel Batonio. I had no idea. No way. Hopefully he doesn't retire. But we're going to be taking on my favorite team, sadly, the Seattle Seahawks here. What's their team looking like? I wonder what kind of QB they have. I wonder if they have a real one or... No, they have Lawrence Friedman. 30 years old. He has superstar dev, though. he's been around for a long time. It looks like 7 years. They also have they have a 99 overall X Factor center, wearing number 54. That's cursed. Bobby Wagner's looking a little different here, that's for sure. Also, he's a 99 overall with 71 run block finesse, 74 pass block finesse. That's something. It's gonna be really fun when we lose this game. We're an 89 to their 88. We're at home and we have the better record. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's get into year 10. I'm in pain. Why does this team suck so bad when I use it? Do we need Desmond Ridder or something? Is he still around? I might sign him if he's still around somewhere. Need that good luck charm or something, apparently. But that's an ugly Super Bowl. The Bucks beat the Raiders 17-6. That would be maybe the most boring Super Bowl of all time, because at least in like the low scoring Super Bowls, it's, you know, a close game. That one's low scoring and it's not close. 17-6. Fun. But now heading into the final year of this 10-year rebuild, shave 10 years off of my life, we have some re-signings to make. And Elijah Tiller, I submitted him this. He said it was disrespectful. So that's a great start. About 6 years, 313 mil, not 31 mil. But he does take it. Nick Haynes, I mean, he's good, but he's the number 2. Oh, and now we have negative money. That's been acting really weird. Like, it's been saying we have more money than we actually do. Oh, now it definitely doesn't. All right. Well, I want Dalvin Garrett back, obviously, but we can't afford him. Let's see if we can restructure any deals, because we need him back. He's been, I wouldn't necessarily say one of our best players, but he's been like one of our most consistently pretty good guys. Borderline really good. Tyler Algier's regressing. Oh, that won't be a problem. Can't wait for him to get 3.2 yards per carry. But I was able to free up a decent amount of money, and we have 33 mil to work with now. That should easily be able to get us Dalvin Garrett, assuming he wants to take this. 4 years, 116 mil, and he doesn't take it. All right, cool. We're tagging you, buddy. Oh, that's expensive. Okay, well, I don't know what we're gonna do for running back. I guess we'll have to figure it out, because that's like the most important position in this game, for whatever reason. If you don't have a running back who plays well in this game, you are going to miss the playoffs, almost no matter what. All right, we'll figure it out. We have to. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, though. Maybe next year we can trade for one who does well. We'll see, because we can't afford to trade for one yet. Unless there's like a cheap one who does well. Johnny Reed, are you good? Am I about to give up a first-round pick for a running back? Maybe. I might have to. Okay, just kidding. That goes through. We get Johnny Reed from the Lions for Carter, who's a backup now, Hutchinson, who's a backup now, and a second-round pick, but we're also getting a third-round pick in return. So we're just trading back a little bit, and he was pretty good this last year, 4.6 per carry, so I can't wait for him to get 2.6 for us. That'll be awesome. That'll be great. I'm such an optimistic person. But some unfortunate news that I didn't notice is Josh Allen retired. That might make things a little more difficult. Let's see who we can draft, because I do not trust the guys we have on the roster right now. I think Damian Shelton, who just went to the Giants, was someone I was looking at, so that's unlucky. Paul Aldridge, I'm okay. Barry Randall. Brendan Patton looks all right. I don't know. None of these guys look great. All of them have like a big flaw. He has awareness and like pretty good finesse moves, but like that's about it. I guess he has good tackle too, but I don't know what his pursuit is. His block shed and play rec aren't great. He might be the best one though. What are his traits like? Lacks discipline. What's his injury? He has a injury at least. Ben Hooker. He looks pretty good. He's really fast. Shows good discipline. Has good traits. It looks like good injury. Okay, I'm thinking about him. He's number 1 on the board right now. Still doesn't look amazing, but none of these guys do. Paul Aldridge, I'm good. He's just kind of slow. Barry Randall, he looks pretty good. I can't tell. We don't really have him scouted. He is fast. Has pretty good strength. I kind of like Ben Hooker. I didn't think I would, just looking at his ratings right here. See, that doesn't look very good, but A pursuit, A awareness, B play rec, B finesse moves, really good speed. I don't think he's great. I think he's our best option, so let's take him. Okay, normal dev. Let's try again, if at all possible. Oh yeah, we don't have a second round pick. I guess it's not possible. Can we trade up with the Bengals? Is there any way? Oh, cool. Every team's broke. That's great. Oh, they are very broke. Okay, never mind. How about the Patriots? Can we trade up with them? No, they have 3. I love how broke every team is by the end of this. By the end of every rebuild. How about the Seahawks? Oh, they have a tiny bit of money that's workable. Sure doesn't seem like it, though. Okay, maybe it isn't. They're really not interested in what we have. Okay, never mind. We don't know why they would take that, but okay. I feel bad for doing that trade, but also we've been cheated by this game enough, so I'm going to cheat the game back a little bit. Oh god, this is definitely going to be a normal dev player, whoever we take. Let's go with Randall. I think he's better, but he has bad block shedding, and we don't really know much about him, but we're going to take a chance and hope that he's decent. Barry Randall, let's take him. Okay, he has hidden. I don't think he's a good overall. I think he's better than the first guy we took, though. I guess we'll see. But let's get to the end of the draft, and hopefully we got at least one good player there. I hope. But here's a look at the team heading into the 10th and final year of the rebuild. We are a 90 overall heading into the season, so we have built a good roster no matter what our record is this year. I mean, if we completely just struggle and finish 9-8 and miss the playoffs, there's nothing I can do about that. We have a crazy roster. The main thing I'm worried about is our pass rush, but I mean, we'll just see what happens there. That's all we really can do. But yeah, this has been a fun rebuild. Despite our, record, we've still built a crazy team. And from a 0 overall to probably the best in the league, that's pretty successful. So again, if you've made it all the way here and you haven't already, you're probably not gonna, but, be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe. It really helps with the channel, and it'll help you see more of my stupid videos, the ones that make me regret my decision to live. But without further ado, let's get to the end of the season, and we will see what our final record is. But in the final year of the rebuild, we finish only 9-8, but we make the playoffs, thankfully. I feel like I've said thankfully about a million times. But we should have been better, but of course we weren't. Our defense was awful. I'm scared to change it though, because I feel like if I change the playbook, it's just going to be worse. But let's see, where do we rank in the NFL in terms of overall? Because that's really all I have control over. That's all I can do. So we're a 91. The Rams are also a 91 like we saw. I bet the Chiefs are like a 92. Or no, they're only a 90, so we are tied for the best team in the league. I forgot I traded Steven Eisen back to the... Did I trade him back to the Cardinals? Or did they sign him? I don't know. Either way, we are tied for the best roster in the league. The record results, there's nothing I can do about that. Simulation is garbage, as we all know. But let's check out our season stats. Elijah Tiller was pretty good once again. Borderline his worst year, but still really good. 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Nice completion percentage. Johnny Reed, 1,500 yards, 4.4 per carry, 6 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns for our backup running back. Frank Kennedy, almost 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 969. Nice for George Pickens. The blocking was really good. Kirkland wasn't great. Same with Cosme, but the rest of the line was good. That's only what, like 20 sacks, 25 sacks maybe? 26? That's not bad. And then Dwayne Leach led the team in tackles with 126, 124 for Bullock. Tackles for loss, 11 for Kilroy, 10 for Garrett and Colbert. And sacks, it wasn't great as I expected. 5 for Kilroy led the team. 4 for Garrett, 3.5 for Colbert and Landry. We had 6.5 total sacks from our starting edge rushers. That's cool. Love that. In interceptions, we had 5 total. 2 for Gonzalez and 1 for 3 players. Yeah, our defense was awful. But MVP goes to Joe Burrow. I feel like he's won about $1 million here. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Quincy Ingram. We've seen him up there a lot. I don't know if he's quite won one, but now he does. He might have actually, but I don't know. Aiden Hutchinson wins Defensive Player of the Year. Of course, Steven Eisen is right back up as one of the best pass rushers in the league as soon as we don't have him, because of course he is. Brian Porter wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Lions, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Randy McCarthy for the Vikings. No Falcons for anything. So we'll give one last effort to, have a better defense. I don't know what we're going to switch to, but it's been so bad that it almost couldn't be worse. I mean, it can be, but let's try the Raiders defense. They had 23 total sacks. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. They didn't allow many yards, at least. We'll try it. Sure. Why not? It can't really hurt, I guess. I mean, it could get worse, but it's already been terrible. But again, we built a good team, and that's all I can do. So this, I would consider it a success, because there's nothing I can do about simulation being terrible. But we have a one last hurrah scenario. Couldn't imagine who this is going to be. We've made the playoffs quite a few times at least, which I guess I'll count as a success. But shocker, it's Joel Bitonio. Wow, couldn't have guessed that. Is he ever going to retire? He's 40. You need to hang it up eventually, old man. But I really hope y'all have enjoyed enjoyed today's video. This has been a fun one. This has been a very long one. I don't normally complain this much in rebuilds, but, well, that's partially not true, but the team doesn't normally underperform this much most of the time. But again, I hope y'all have enjoyed, and with that, let's probably lose to the Rams. And yeah, we get smoked 31-16 at home against a team that's the same overall. You hate to see it. But again, massive thank you for 25,000 subscribers. Again, subscribe if you haven't already to be an OG while you still can be one. I mean, I would assume you're subscribed if you've watched all the way to the end, but again, drop a like if you enjoyed my suffering, my pain, and today's video. But yeah, expect more big things very soon now that I'm starting to learn more and more what you guys like to see. I'm relatively new to, like, really trying on YouTube, so I'm getting there at least. I'm starting to figure it out. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again for the next video tomorrow, and goodbye.